You continue to explore the dungeons beneath the Tower of Xenopus for the abducted woman Lamunda Oland. Fighting a pirate captain and a strange Kraken priest, you discovered a worrying note prophesying the coming of the Black Tide. Adventuring on, you eventually discovered a coterie of pirates who were holding Lamunda captive. You rescued the girl from her captors, and she took an instant shine to Atticus. Continuing to explore the dungeons, you discovered several old manuscripts that you felt sure would be of interest to Keladek, then made your way back to Saltmarsh via the canoes that the pirates had been loading treasure into. After several hours hard rowing, you were met at the docks by Keladek the Sage, who had seemingly been expecting you. He seemed pleased by the items you had recovered and gave you a satchel containing several potions and some gold as a reward. You returned Lamunda to her grandmother, who was extremely grateful, and then retired to rest for the evening. That night you all suffered strange and portentous dreams once more, all involving Archduke Zolek Aramastus. In addition, Atticus had a particularly disturbed night, thanks to a couple of unexpected visitors. Regardless, you eventually awakened to the crowing of the roosters on a cloudy and rainy day in Saltmarsh. So, you're currently in the Snapping Line Tavern. You've woken up after a disturbed night. I know that you were planning to go to the council, that you were going to try and sort out some kind of bank vault or holding for your equipment.
Yeah, we need a bank account for the party treasure.
It's about 7 in the morning when you all awaken.
Yeah, we can't be lugging all this around all the time.
Atticus just heads down to the bar.
Okay, Atticus, when you awaken, you are on your own, by the way.
Okay. Check my purse.
Yeah, everything's there.
Alright, I'll get up, get dressed.
Okay.
Head down for breakfast and just chill in the thing, have my breakfast.
Okay, Hannah comes, serves you some eggs and warm bread. She gives you a sly wink as she hands them over to you.
Oi, oi.
Morning.
Morning, Commander. Did you have a good night?
It was disturbed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
In ways you don't want to know.
She goes off and busies herself with the other customers.
Right, I'll head downstairs as well.
Okay, you
Me
see.
too.
Get some breakfast.
Okay, Atticus is already there, tucking in some eggs.
Oh, I had an awful night's sleep last night. I don't know what it is about this place.
Dreams.
Can come true. I think yeah, me too. Says Roger as he comes down to the table with a big plate of ham and eggs. Me too. Terrible night. And there was a terrible smell coming from, I think it was coming from Tiberius's room. It smelled like death. As if someone had died in there.
Are you sure that's not just Tiberius?
I know they call us sailors a superstitious lot, but how about we share the details of our dreams?
As Tiberius slides down the banister.
I dreamt about our vampire.
Me too.
Zolek? I did too. This can't be a coincidence.
Absolutely not. It's fucking with our minds.
What was your dream about? Mine was strange.
Oh shit, I can't remember mine.
I can tell you if you're happy for everyone to hear.
Yeah, share. I would share it. So.
You dreamt that you were 7 years old on board a ship.
Hmm.
Your mum was there.
That's right.
You'd never been so happy. You could taste the salt in the air. Your mother was talking to on the poop deck, talking to a man dressed in naval uniform, though his face was hidden despite the bright sunlight. And then he suddenly slapped your mother across the face hard, and she fell to the deck.
I do remember.
So where does Zolek come into your dream?
His mum likes it rough.
Is Rich quiet to anybody else?
A little bit, yeah. If you remember, Atticus, it was Zolek was beckoning you through a doorway. There's a sound of a heartbeat, and when you stepped through the doorway, you were 7 years old and on the deck of the ship.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it was quite a disturbed dream. How about you?
There was
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Neil to read my details out if that's possible.
Yeah, again, you saw Zolek beckoning you into a room that was pulsing with the red light and the sound of a deep heartbeat. And as you went in, you found yourself in a large atrium, huge panels of glass covering a large garden in which you stood with rare plants and flowers, strange coloured butterflies, and then there was a hissing of snakes, and a voice like old paper said, "What brings you to Thymia, my sweet?"
So I'm not sure where this Thymia is, but I think we need to find out more information about it.
Audrey?
Right, I appears I need to find some body, not some place. I was in that room as well.
You were summoned
Yeah.
into the room with the flashing lights.
Red light, heartbeat, and Zolek's warning of a great pestilence washing over the city. And there's a young half-elf woman with a lute, maybe a bard of some sort. I have to save her, but I don't know any. Women, bards or half-elves?
We have to do beautiful gardens, flashing lights, a constant beat.
It's a rave.
See, I think we need to go to Ibiza.
Right.
Seems like the only clear path.
Right, let's go. The party aisle. I'm gonna get up and walk over to find Hannah.
Okay, yeah, she's busy
She's out.
running between tables with platters laden with sort of warm bread and bacon and eggs, and handing them out to various customers.
Morning, Hannah.
Oh,
Lovely
morning, Rodri.
breakfast. Carry on. I was just wondering, there have been any bards in the town? Or orcs?
Well, we
Did you
always
get
have a
me-
few coming through. Are you looking for anyone in particular?
Yes, I was wondering if there was one that has been here recently that played the lute, a young half-elf woman.
We had a half-orc who came in a few weeks ago playing the lute.
Can't believe they'd actually play it very well. But that doesn't ring a bell, half-elf
No.
woman. Is there anywhere else that musicians frequent?
Talk and walk, Rodri. Talk and walk. I'm busy.
Sorry. Anywhere else?
Not really. I mean, they have musicians over at the Empty Net, but it's kind of a raucous place.
Maybe not. Well, I could try that. Thank you. Sorry to bother. Thank you. I'll head back to the table.
Maybe this half-elf that you seek is in Thymia? The place in my dream?
I've never heard of them. Have I ever heard of that place?
I don't think I have.
History.
Make a history check. No, you've never heard of any place called Thymir or Thymia?
Yeah. Doesn't ring a bell with anyone else.
What's that?
Well, if they want to stop and think about it, but nothing. There's nothing triggers immediately on the.
Can I do a history check,
Yeah.
please?
What about me knowing the seas?
Mhm.
Could I make a roll?
You can. You can make a history roll. No, Hakasi, you've never heard of anywhere called Thimia.
Okay.
Atticus, you are pretty sure that along the Imperial coast, which is where you've spent most of your seafaring life, there is nowhere called Thimia. But you wouldn't know about some of the northern or eastern coasts of the Azure Sea.
Not anywhere here in the Empire.
Has Oceanus left?
He's not in the tavern.
Oh, wasn't he shacking up somewhere with one of the council members or something? Maybe he's travelled being a scout. He's probably travelled far and wide.
He was staying with Eleander Fireborn, who is the council member responsible for the defence of the town and the town guard, and he was also the guy teaching Draconic to Tiberius.
Yeah.
He's a good person to ask, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Something to do after we've finished breakfast? Which is lovely. How about you? These eggs are cooked to perfection.
Wasn't we going to head somewhere? I can't remember.
Council.
We were going to go to council, wasn't we?
Oh, we had this note about the black tide, didn't we? It sounds like a dangerous cult.
Did we report back to the council after we went to
No, you reported to Ida after you rescued her granddaughter.
The council didn't send us to the tower,
It was a personal mission for Ida, wasn't it? Yeah.
but we can go to them and report that we've been there and cleared it out, and there were signs of the smugglers there. And
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't divulge too much of Ida's personal troubles, and before we know that she's okay with letting the rest of the council know. You know what these council
She
people
did
are like.
specifically say she didn't want anyone else to know, which is why she came to you in private.
Yeah, and we were paid to do a job, so let's just honour the contract.
there's no need to mention it.
No, we were sailing and saw a light on the coast and investigated and came across this place. How about that? That sounds good.
A clever ruse you weave, Roderick.
Good, huh? We might see Eleander Fireborn there and Oceanus. Two birds.
Push my plate out while I'm ready.
Okay, you finish up your breakfast
Yeah.
and head over towards the council chambers. It's not far from where you are. You just head south. Let me just check what the day is. It's God's Day, so there's no market. The market's not running at the moment. Though the market square outside the council house is quite busy. You enter the council house. There's into the reception area. There's a guard sitting behind the desk there.
Yes.
Indeed.
He looks up as you enter.
You excited by the guard, Tiberius?
Well,
Ah, the heroes of the Battle of the Birds. How can I be helping you?
I'll get a bit of a swagger on when he says that.
Is the council in?
Aye, they're in close session at the moment. They're deep in negotiations with some kind of trade delegation. Is it urgent?
Or that'll be the lizard. That'll be the lizard thief. Or that's we set
Wait,
that up. We set that up.
Are they expected to go on for long, or?
I don't know, sir.
Oh, we have to speak to them today.
Just wait here. I'll go and check. He stands up, walks around his desk, heads down the corridor to the main doors of the council chamber, knocks on them, waits a minute, and then enters. After a moment, he comes back out with Gellon prime water. He looks over. He says, "Oh, what a pleasant surprise to see you, my friends." Gives you a big grin and walks over. I'm a little busy. We're all a little busy at the moment, but I can spare you a few minutes. In fact, I wanted to talk to you anyway.
Oh.
But
You could.
well, Um, I was wondering if you'd all like to come to dinner tonight. I've got an old friend over from Seaton. Might be able to put some work your way, and I could update you on how negotiations with our friends from the Drowned Forest are proceeding.
Excellent. We'll look forward to it. Lovely. We accept your invitation.
Let's say the 7th bell this evening.
The 7th bell it is, sir.
So, how can I help you?
We can talk about it tonight, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to meet anyway. Could you...
Fireball, you there?
Sorry, you broke up then. Atticus, could you say that again?
Will Fireborn be there?
No, it'll be just me and Mormac, and Feliza will be there, of course, preparing another, what I don't doubt will be a wonderful meal.
Oh, you were wondering if we could speak to Oceanus if he's still around. I heard he was staying with Fireball.
He's currently in the meeting.
Do you know where Oceanus is staying?
Yeah, he's staying with Eleander.
Remind me which was his house again. Perhaps we
Furthest house to the west in the town.
I know where that is.
Tiberius knows where it is as well, because he's been there for draconic lessons.
Well, I
We'll
think
see.
that's it.
Right. Thank you for the invite.
Great, well, I look forward to seeing you all this evening.
Lovely.
I'm already walking off out the door.
Okay, you head back out into the main street of the town, and there's a light rain falling.
Baron the bastard.
I think we have a decision to make, one which we shouldn't take lightly, but looks like we've been forced into it. Should we go and see Zolek again?
I mean, that's not the first dream I've had about him.
And do
So,
what? Unless we're going to kill him.
He keeps sending... It's not the first dream I've had, I must admit, and I've kept it from you, but it didn't seem relevant, but now I've had more than one.
He's a vampire that's trapped. The only thing he's going to do is try and manipulate us. That's all he's only ever going to do.
Put my hand on Rodri's shoulder. Don't be scared of a dream, boy. It's just a dream.
We're already armed with the knowledge that he's going to try and trip and trap us.
Let's just let him play his games.
well, what if he has information we need?
Oh, no, undoubtedly he has something that he can exchange with us, that's no doubt. It's just what price we've got to pay, though.
Well, we've not hit a dead end yet. When we do, we'll consider it.
Okay.
Well, we can deal with it as a team! Go team!
Okay, Tiberius?
He's a gnome! He's enthusiastic!
Yeah. I said it with a smile.
Negativity!
Oh, I just want to swing by the empty net. I'm just going to ask around for this bard woman, see if they've seen him. Don't know if you want to follow, if you've got nothing else to do.
Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, I need some more crossbow bolts. I used it quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and stock up on bullets. I need another 17 bullets.
Okay, are you splitting up, or are you all heading together somewhere?
I need to head to the armory to get some more bullets.
No, I need any. Now. Can you pick me up 3 bolts, please?
What?
Can you pick me up 3 bolts, please? Like you did last time. You picked.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I need 3.
6 gold, then.
My quiver won't hold more than 20.
He's not old enough to buy his own yet.
Okay, so see you back at the snapping line? For lunch, maybe?
Yeah.
I might save myself for this magnificent feast that we're going to have tonight, so I might skip dinner. and have a alcoholic afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So Tiberius is heading to the bar.
Tiberius is getting drunk for our meeting tonight.
Yeah.
Rodri is heading to the empty net. Atticus is going to go to the armory. What's Cat going to do?
I'm going to keep an eye on Tiberius and make sure he keeps out of trouble.
Okay. Okay.
And go.
Let's deal with Rodri first. You make your way up and across the Kingfisher, the Sharkfin Bridge, which crosses the Kingfisher River. Head south past the Green Market. The stalls at the Green Market are open. There's people hawking goods at the market. And you head down south of that to the Empty Net Tavern. Even at this time of the morning, you can hear it's quite raucous in there.
Oh lord. These seafaring types. Yes, I walk straight in, push the door open. Hear through the gloom.
Okay. Just wondering why. Okay. Okay, yeah, you walk in. As you walk in, there's this huge shadowy figure in the doorway looming over you. You just feel eyes watching you as you walk in.
Keep a brave smile on my face, nod to people. If there's anybody I recognise, any sailors.
You
that I was
certainly
helping?
you certainly recognise Cragfin, the car carrier, who towers over you as you walk in. He gives you a low
What?
growl as you walk past.
Morning.
Yes.
Just checking. Walk over to the bar.
Okay, you walk over to the bar. There's a couple of barmaids there running around serving breakfasts, most of which seem to consist of liquid breakfasts, and the huge hulking form of Kreb Schenker, the barman. Permanent-looking sneer on his face, his scraggly white beard framing his balding head, which is covered in scars and bumps.
One ale, please, barman.
Right, what's that?
I kind of try and put on an obvious, like, pretend I'm supposed to be here accent.
Okay,
That's
make
right.
a deception check.
Do.
That's 5 deception. I really should start using it.
Okay, he slams down a cup of mug of ale in front of you. It kind of spills out over the top. There's little bits of dust and dirt floating in it.
Oh, lovely. How much is that?
He grins at you. 1 copper piece, sir.
Right, you are. There you go. No. Do you have any music in here?
Could you hear any music?
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, later at night. Is this a place? Do you get any musicians wandering?
He takes a step back. He looks you up and down. Why? You a fucking minstrel?
Well, actually, I've heard some tales that in these parts, there's a really good young half-elf woman. She's a lute player. I was wondering if she swung by here. I heard this is one of the places to be in Saltmarsh.
Loot. Half elf. No.
Young woman. No.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Can I try an insight? See
You can.
if he's socking his lies off.
He doesn't want to talk to you. He's already bored by the conversation.
He's just boring you.
He doesn't like you. You're
Alright.
far too well dressed and well spoken. You do not belong in this place. But he's willing to exchange pleasantries in exchange for a few copper. He's not interested in your conversation about a bard, but he doesn't seem to be deceiving you when he says he doesn't recognise the description.
Business good, is it? Any trouble with customers or?
We
Heard of
don't
some
get no trouble here, mate.
No, I'm not surprised. No, yeah. It was lovely meat, but ale. It's got character. It has. Really nice. I'll drink it
He
really
sighs
quick.
heavily and turns his back on you.
Drink it really quick, put it down, and walk out.
Okay. You hear him muttering,
Morning.
bloody foreigners.
No, I'll make start to head over to the carpenters with all the gnomes running around where it made me bolts last time.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's just quickly, before we do that, head over to Atticus. So Atticus, what do you unless you want to role play it and there's something in particular you want, we can just deal with
I'm
your.
just going and just sitting on the docks, openly watching him.
Okay, but you wanted to go to the armory first, the Dwarven Anvil first, yeah? What did you want from there?
Need 17 bullets. Can't remember how much that is.
Pistol bullets. It's 4 silver for a box of 20.
There you go, then I'll have that.
Okay.
So, 95. There we go. Okay, thank you.
You leave the armory and you continue on to the east and head down to the docks. Just before you get to the place you're heading, there's another dock sticking out that you wander down, so you get quite a good view. There doesn't appear to be anyone around at the place you're looking at the moment. Doesn't mean there isn't, but there's no one in view.
Okay, I'll hang around for half an hour or so and then I'll just head back.
Okay, just as you're about to leave, someone does come round the corner of the building. He's got a wicker box he's holding and a fishing rod over his shoulder, and he comes down and sits on the end of the dock and starts casting into the water.
Morning, Fern.
Well, where you are, he's probably 40 feet away.
Oh,
You would need to
okay.
go round if you wanted to talk to him or shout.
I'm just watching Fringo.
Okay. It is him. It is him. Yeah, he's fishing.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I'll just sit and openly watch him fishing.
Okay. Let me just.
Up my enormous plums.
Okay, he doesn't seem to notice you. He just seems to be involved in casting his line out.
I'll watch him fish for half an hour and I'll get up and
He
wander off.
occasionally takes a swig out of a hip flask, but doesn't seem to be doing anything suspicious.
Okay.
Okay, Rodri, as you're walking down past the docks towards the Carpenters Guild Hall, which is down towards Crabber's Cove, you notice Atticus on one of the docks.
I should say, Neil, that I'm taking note of his demeanour and how he acts. I'm trying to get a baseline on his body language to see.
Okay, he seems relaxed.
Yeah, I'm not sort of trying to assess him now. I'm just getting a baseline of what he's like when he's relaxed, so I can work out if he's lying later when I'm talking to him.
Got you. Okay.
Just trying to get a bit of a baseline on his body language.
I'll walk up to Atticus. There you go. Right. Do you want anything from the carpenters? I'm just about to get some more bolts.
I've been back to the armory and got myself some bullets. Thanks, though.
Right. Okay. No, that's all right, my friend. Right. See you later for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll head off to the little gnome friends.
Okay, you head off to the Carpenters. There's gnomes running around. It's as busy as ever. What are you after?
I'm just after. Good morning. I'd like a quiver of crossbolts, please. Just a 20.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Quiver's extra, mate. It's not like a pack of fags.
20 crossbow bolts are 2 silver.
That's his silver. I'll give him 2.
Okay.
Right,
Well, that's what they cost. So.
3. Right, well, very much. Thank you very much. Oi.
Did you want to talk to them at all?
Not really.
Okay.
Don't like gnomes.
Okay.
Yeah. Have I got the mysterious note on me? Oh no, well I'll head back to the snapping line.
Okay. So you all head back to the snapping line. It's
Yeah.
What time is it? It's early afternoon.
Tiberius, I got you. Was it 3 bolts? Was it?
Yes, thank you.
So, of course, I threw it my own. That's them over. There you go.
Thank
No
you.
miss crossbow bolts. These are made by your fellow countrymen.
Well, we are gnomes and we excel at everything.
Yeah, probably.
Apart from being tall.
No, Atticus, there's no need.
Baron the
Wow.
bastard. Baron the bastard.
Oh, I was wondering if you remember that strange fellow at the graveyard who professed to know a lot about everything. If we went to him with this mysterious note and this talk of Emir, whether he'd know anything about it.
We could go and ask.
Yeah. He did claim to know a lot.
Well, let's go and quickly ask him before supper.
Yeah.
You got a few hours. You got a few hours, so you can head over head over to the graveyard if you want.
Let me just finish this roll. Yeah, let's go. Maybe I'll take one with me.
Okay. Right, you head over to the graveyard next to the Temple of Procan. The rain hasn't let up all day. It's one of those light drizzles that gets you slowly soaked through to the skin. But you easily spot the short form of Crag in his top hat and muddy velvet frock coat. Moving between the graves, he's got a hoe over his shoulder. He's whistling to himself as he goes.
What does she look like?
She?
Yeah, over his shoulder.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I'm loving you.
He stops suddenly, looks up to one side, and then slowly turns round and looks at you all.
Well, that's creepy as fuck.
Hello.
He knew we were approaching.
Give him a cheery wave. Hello, Crag.
For what reason have you come to see Crag today?
Tell me what you desire.
We picked this note up, and it's quite worrying. I was just wondering if you had any ideas of whether we really should be worried about it or not. I've fish in my pockets, or ask for that mysterious note.
He just stands there looking at you.
Have you got the note?
It's quite unnerving being the centre of his attention, and you realise it's because he never blinks. He's just staring at you, waiting quietly.
Okay, got it. I'll hand him that mysterious note. Send word the time approaches. The black tide will wash the wheel away.
Okay. He takes the note off you, looks down at it, looks back up at you.
Where did you find this, my friend?
Oh, where was it again?
Xenopus.
Yeah.
The Tower of Xenopus.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
There was some shady smuggler pirate types, and remember that
Xenopus
Weird.
built a tower A tower in a port town. Xenopus had a tower until it was knocked down. Xenopus had his tower where he could be real mean until his big bad tower got burned up good and green. Now there is no tower, just rocks there in the town. Xenopus has no tower because it was knocked down.
Well, there was still some sub-levels that we checked out, so...
I wish I'd checked out TripAdvisor before we'd gone as well.
He looks down at the note.
The Black Tide. This is a fairy story you bring to me.
It's what it's known of? It's kind of real? I mean, as real as what you
It
described.
is an old fairy story told to children at night to scare them to sleep, about the black tide that washes over the lands every 500 years. Those caught in its deathly waters rise from the dead and feed upon the living.
On the apocalypse.
But it is only a story.
Yeah, of course.
He hands you the note back.
When was the last time this happened?
It is only a story.
Is there a story about the last time it happened? And how long ago was that story set?
It is a story told to children to keep them quiet at night.
Okay.
And where did the story originate?
I do not know, but it has been told from generation to generation.
But it appears that some other people believe in. Oh yes, there was that. I described to him that tentacled, kind of weird, blubbery, rubbery skinned priest that we killed. I mean, he was like rubbery, and
He looks at you strangely, doesn't say anything.
yeah, he was there. I think he had the note.
Rodri, you're just blubbering at the man now.
Sorry. I just when things worry me, I just can't stop talking.
I have just been decorating the graveside. Tell me, what do you think of my work?
He gestures over to a large family tomb, which has been had roses laid all up the sides, but they're all dead.
What kind of family were they?
They were an old seafaring family of the town, the Cobbs.
Why are the roses dead?
Because I had no living ones left.
Rodri.
Oh, Hecate.
Yes.
What was the name of that place that you were trying to find out more about? Maybe Crag would have heard of it.
Looks very nice, Craig. Good job.
Thank you. I do pride myself in my work.
Mina. Mina, I think. Have you heard of a place called Mina?
Mia?
Yeah.
I have not.
Hmm.
What is this place you speak of?
Well, that's what we were hoping to find out. It came to me in a dream.
Ah.
He just nods to himself, as though acknowledging something.
Well, it's a lovely day. I'm
He
sure
looks
you'll
up
find
at the
some
rain.
more roses. Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll find some more roses soon. I don't want to keep you from your job.
That's fine. Crag is always happy to help.
So, you look awfully busy. There isn't anything you want bringing next time you come round, is there? Any food or?
Maybe a little sunshine.
Yeah. Well, goodbye then, Mr. Cragg. Fare you well, friend.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you?
He turns round and just carries on with what he was doing.
So this black tide is an actual thing. It might not be real, but it's a thing.
Well, we've got no way of knowing when it last happened.
It's another thing to ask Oceanus. Because like, maybe the tales his people tell their children may be slightly different and might have a different, maybe not more, but a little different information.
Well, let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah. Let's.
Well, I'm heading back to the snapping line. Gonna go and get changed into my naval uniform.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, can we just have a quick AFK, mate, so I can stick the kettle on and check on the kids?
Yeah, no worries. I'll do the same. Just before we head off to Gullens.
Before we go to dinner.
Right. Yeah, back in a minute.
How is Rich and Becky?
Pretty good.
Mm.
Can't complain.
Good.
Nice few days away.
Yes, it sounded really cool. We're well relaxed.
It's
Where was it again?
Bilth, Wales. Wales.
What? Mm-hmm.
Just on the border of Wales.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. The weather was really warm. Except for when the sun went down and then it was fucking cold.
We there on this Monday? Gone. This week.
No, it was Thursday to Sunday.
Oh, I was just wondering because there was an earthquake, wasn't there? And the epicenter was in somewhere in Shropshire or something.
Oh, didn't know.
No, I didn't feel anything.
I was at work, so I probably wouldn't have felt anything anyway.
Yeah.
How are you? Are you good?
Oh yeah. Oh, I've had the worst cold in the world.
Oh, really?
Absolutely awful. I thought it was COVID and I took a test. It was that felt that bad.
Oh dear.
Nasty.
Negative.
Nasty. Apart from that, great, yeah. Felt so bad.
Can knock the wind out of your sails. I haven't had a
You
cold in
did.
a while. But
Oh
usually-
well, you just rub it in.
No, but usually when I do get sick, I get like bed bound for like 4 days.
Woman flu. Yeah.
No such thing, mate. I can have an organ out and still be still be putting the washing on.
Right. I'm back.
Yes. There are 3 men left.
Rodri.
There are 3 men left.
See me feeling better now, Dave.
I've got over the worst of it, yeah. Yeah. I think it's like they're saying, like, with the COVID and everybody isolating, there was just no colds going around at all because nobody was mixing. So it's 2 years with.
You had
Not
the old
getting used to
monkeypox, have you?
Oh no! Oh, did you see? Did you hear Boris getting booed when he went up the steps
Yeah.
to St Paul's?
And when he came out.
Oh my god! I mean, they're his crowd. The flag wavers, they're his
Yeah.
crowd, and they're booing him. He's fucked.
Yeah.
It's a bigger, like measure than the backbenchers sending letters in. If the public are booing him, he's going to get dropped like a hot cake. Unless he like hotcakes. I would switch the Jubilee coverage on Thursday, just as the fly pass was coming, and Hugh Edwards, the Welsh bloke, was going, and here we are, ready for the fly past. 70 planes will be coming over. That cost £2 million, that did. And somebody, they picked it up on the mic, someone going on about how much the cost was for it all on the BBC coverage.
Really?
Yeah. It was one of his co-presenters. She came on a couple of seconds later, going on about how marvellous it was. She's never going to do it again.
Wow.
Oh, what a blooper. It was impressive though, with the Lancasters and Spitfires and Hurricanes and stuff.
I'm sure all those people who are having to go to food banks and can't afford to heat their homes thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
impressive for £2 million.
Yeah, fuck 'em. Nice to see her smiling, even if it costs £2 million.
Think of anything better to spend it on.
Me.
Fucking NHS would be a good start.
Oh, what NHS? We haven't had one of them for years. Decades.
That point. They do alright for what they've got.
Who got onto that subject of politics anyway? Oh, it was me, wasn't it? Oh, shit.
I had a birthday party for a cat today.
How old
Did he have
was
a
it?
cake?
He was 10.
That's
He had
old.
he did have a cake, but it was like a little fish cake thing that I made.
Oh, cool. Oh.
I was heartbroken he didn't eat it.
Oh.
He just looked at it with like, what the fuck is this? That's why I love cats, they're just so sassy.
Yeah, they don't care.
Like, what the fuck is this?
He was called Norman.
Norman.
Norman
I'm
the
back.
cat.
Sorry about
Hey.
Is that, mate? We're still waiting for Rich to get back. I'll take it.
The whole time.
Oh.
Not me.
Okay.
Wait.
Never left.
All right. So as the hour of the 7th bell approaches, I presume you head down towards Gallen's mansion.
that. Yep.
You head down the street. It's a little bit quieter now. The rain is still pouring. As you come up to the mansion, you see at his docks behind the mansion a ship, the kind of which none of you have ever seen before. Though Atticus, you've heard of this sort of ship before. It's huge, it's bulky, it's completely encased in wood-layered metal. It's got 2 huge funnels at the back from which black smoke is rising, and 2 huge wheels at the back. There's no sails or oars that you can see. It appears to be a dwarven Goda boat.
Two.
Technology unlocked. We're in Steam Age now, boys.
What is that thing?
Something's on fire.
The Dwarven Goda boat. No, that's the engines.
What? The what?
The steam converters. I take it as I know how they run, Neil.
Yeah, you know that they use superheated seawater to generate steam to drive these huge paddle wheels at the back, which drive the boat forwards. They're slow, but they can go incredibly straight, even in strong winds.
They can turn quickly too. Paddles operate independently. I guess they do.
Mm-hmm.
We better tell somebody that there's something dangerous here.
It's at Gellen's private dock. I guess this is one of their friends we're meeting for dinner.
Who would own such a boat?
Atticus, you know that it's they're uniquely owned by the and operated by dwarves. Dwarves generally don't like going onto the ocean, so they basically build castles to sail out in. It makes them feel a bit safer, and it uses their sort of engineering know-how.
That's cool.
Wow.
So it looks like it's a dwarf. Or dwarves. We'll see shortly.
Do you reckon that's the guess then? Cool.
Okay.
Sorry,
Go on.
my stomach was rumbling. Yeah, let's head in.
Okay, you head up to the door, you pull on the rope, hear a bell ringing inside, and a tall man dressed in a black tuxedo opens the door to you. Ah, you're here. This way, please, if you would care to leave your weapons on the table.
Take all my weapons out, leave them on the table.
He leads you back into the familiar surroundings of Gellen's dining hall. Gellen's standing there. He's talking to another man who is tall and conventionally handsome, dressed in an ornate frock coat and carrying a redwood cane, which appears to be an affectation rather than a necessity. Can you all make perception checks, please?
Yeah. I would. I'm blind. But I would try. Hello.
Rodri, you notice that he has the high collars of his frock coat pulled up, and you notice that the right side of his neck is covered with a large red rough-skinned birthmark. Galen turns to see you. Ah, you made it! Excellent! Come in, come in. The first course will be served soon. Come in, everybody. I have the great pleasure to introducing you to my good friend of many, many years. This is Max Seymour of the Seton Seymours. He nods politely. Oh, yes, very nice to meet you all.
What did he say?
What did he say?
Must be more.
Hello.
He kind of went,
You notice that whilst he is very well dressed and obviously at ease in these comfortable surroundings, his eyes are sunken and he's got several days stubble growth on his face and a look of worry. Oh yes, it's good to meet you. Galen told me all about you. You would be Tiberius, I'm guessing.
the one and only.
And you would be the lovely Hecate. He bows to you and then takes your hand and kisses about an inch off the back of your hand.
Aye. Steady on.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And I'm guessing you would be, due to the uniform, Commander Baron.
I nod at him.
You have many years in the Imperial Navy, Commander. You might have sailed on one of our ships.
30 years.
Make a history check for me, please, Atticus.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe. What the fuck's he gonna do?
When he says that, something clicks in your mind. His name, Max Seymour, and you suddenly put two and two together. You've heard of the Seymour family. They're a very wealthy family in the town of Seton, who run an independent shipwrighting company. Have done for many years, and they have a lot of contracts with the Imperial Navy for outfitting and repairs of Imperial ships.
Maybe I have.
You also know that the Seymours are one of the richest families in Seton. Well, as the introductions made, please everybody, let's take a seat. Feliz will be in soon with the food. Drinks?
I'm Rodri.
Oh yes, excuse me.
Moa.
Pardon my bad manners. Things on my mind. Nice to meet you, Rodri.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Mormac.
I'm Rodri.
Stood at the back like, hello.
Mr. Autism at the back.
Well, we're in for a treat tonight. Felisa is a marvellous cook, if what Galen says is true.
Yes, she is.
Seems to cook well.
Okay, Galen gestures to one of the servants who starts bringing round a platter of drinks for you all.
Mr. Seymour,
Yes, my dear.
may I be so bold as to say that you are looking rather concerned about this meeting, and might I say that am I right in assuming that it might not be just for social conventions?
Oh, my dear. You read me like one of those cheap romance novels they sell down on the docks. Please, forgive me. I am not concerned about meeting you fine folk. How could I be, after Galen has spoken so highly of your exploits? No, there are other matters that are concerning me, and we will surely get on to them. Galen says, oh, come on, let's not put a banner on the place just yet. Come on, let's have something to eat, and we can talk about things. At that moment, the large double doors are kicked open, and Felisa comes in carrying 2 huge trays, which she starts to lay out on the table. She looks over at you. Oh, hello. Oh, it's nice to see you again. What are you doing here? I didn't expect to see you so quickly, so soon after the last time. You have been busy, haven't you? If half of what I've heard's true, you lot are the gossip and the snapping line. You really are. I hope you're going to have a lovely meal tonight. I've been working on it all day, I'm sure. Absolutely positive. Well, I hope, at least, that it will meet with your expectations. Please tell me if there's anything not quite right.
Well, if
Galen's
you've made it, I'm sure it'll be lovely.
As she's chattering away, Galen's kind of physically ushering her back out of the room. Well, let's sit down, please. Don't hold on convention. Tuck in. You see that you've been served to start a Neverlight salad with smoked Roth cheese. There's a big platter of aurochs steaks cooked with diced potatoes, sweet potatoes, turnips, carrots, and pumpkin.
Sorry, I'm actually vegan. No.
If anybody was going to be, it was going to be you.
She just drops the trays and walks out.
Yeah, cries.
So, well, how have you been, first of all?
Busy, as Felisa said. Busy, but good.
I've heard a few of the things you've been up to. Things are proceeding well in the negotiations. With our friends from the Drowned Forest.
Ah, yes. We found them to be quite forthright.
Yeah, they certainly are strange folk, but Eliander seems to be able to speak to them all right. He's been translating everything. There's a bit of difference of opinion in the council about the best way forwards. Eliander and Manistrad want to get the Empire involved. Myself and Ida would prefer they didn't. We prefer, we want to keep this place, it's a traditional town.
Independent.
Exactly. And Anders just wants to do what's best. But he hasn't made his mind up yet. But so we haven't really decided how much we're gonna commit at the moment. It's still under discussion, but we're still talking.
Well, let's hope that events don't overtake our discussions.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you, Rodri.
Well,
So, shall we stop beating around the bush and you tell us what the job is?
Mormac leans forwards, arches his fingers in front of his chin. To the point, Master Grey Wolf. I do appreciate that.
It's okay.
Galen and I are old friends. We've known each other for years, since we were children, back in Seaton.
I come from the Seymour shipwright family of Seaton. We employ a good proportion of the townsfolk. We work as an independent company outfitting imperial ships, and personally I run the accounts for the business. I also have my own private merchant fleet as well. I've recently been doing business involving bringing rare spices and herbs from the drowned jungle on the eastern shores of the Azure Sea. I tend to keep a few of them back because I know Feliza likes to use them in her cooking. Anyway, business has been good, and in fact I saw such promise in the business that I recently sold off many of my assets and converted the proceeds to property deeds and promissory notes to pay for a great expedition to the drowned jungle. I then secured that portable wealth aboard my flagship, the Emperor of the Waves, the foremost ship of my fleet. And that, my friends, is when things started to go belly up. The expedition set out without trouble, but there was a terrible storm that struck the ship about 4 weeks ago. Reports of violet-coloured lightning.
Yes, we witnessed it ourselves.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here to tell the tale. Unfortunately, that was the last we heard from the Emperor of the Waves. And since then, I've been fighting off debtors and the Cathedral of Foltus in Keymouth, who stood up much of the money for the expedition. And the financial loss... Well, let's not beat around the bush. It's been absolutely devastating.
And how many hands were on that ship? Never mind the financial loss.
Well, there were 40 hands on the ship, and we have had to let 2/3 of our employees go back in Seaton. There's been huge layoffs. Families are struggling. They've been struck into poverty overnight. It's just been a disaster.
Listen, boo bloody you, right? What's the job? What do you need us to do?
Well, I'm coming on to that, Master Grey Wolf. I used
so far is bragging about what you've got.
Please forgive Tiberius. He doesn't have very many patients these days.
I don't have very much left, unfortunately, and that's why you're here. I've used a sizable chunk of my savings, what little savings I had left, to hire a ship and a crew to sail out to the Emperor of the Waves. We heard last week that it has been spotted. There's a dwarven goad boat, the Soul of Winter, which is available to go to the spot where the Emperor was last seen. And I need someone to commit a salvage operation, really, recover the deeds and documents that sailed with the ship. A few brave souls able to deal with whatever threats might present themselves aboard the Emperor and bring back my fortune.
Where was the Emperor of the Waves spotted last?
It was spotted 5 days sailing east of here. Now, the ship holds on it a box containing all of my promissory notes and property deeds. I'll be completely open with you folks. Worth a value of around about 10,000 gold pieces. I would like to offer you 10% of that value if you can recover the box for me.
Okay.
We will see what we can do.
As a gesture of goodwill, I can give you an advance payment. It's small, but I am relying upon the generosity of friends. And he kind of smiles wanly at Galen.
Describe the Emperor to me.
The Emperor? It's the primary ship of my fleet, a huge cargo galleon
that operates out of Seaton.
Weapons.
250 tons, 160 feet. Crew of 40.
You're more concerned with getting this box back than bringing the crew back alive to their friend. Their
If I
family,
don't get the box back, I'm not more concerned. Of course I'm concerned with the fate of the crew. But if I don't get the box back, then many families in Seaton are going to be destitute.
But successful.
Well, you can sort this out when we get back.
What sort of weaponry does the ship have?
It's a cargo ship. It has little weaponry.
Have you got any suspicions as to who would try to capture this vessel?
Well, I don't know that anybody would. I think it just ran afoul of the storm. But of course, the longer we leave it, there is a chance that other people may find the vessel and lay claim to whatever salvage they can get.
But morning tide.
I hope that if we do find this ship for you, and you recover your wealth and fortune, that you will make good with the families who've suffered.
Of course, I'll be quite frank. If we don't get the money back and I end up having to pay my debts to the Church of Faltus, the business will cease to exist.
Yes,
But if I can get the promissory notes back, I can pay them off and we can continue the business and take back on the workers we have unfortunately had to lay off.
So if you don't get the boat back, the Church of Faltus will confiscate a lot of your wealth and will stand to gain from this.
There is a chance I may end up in a debtor's prison in Keymouth. The family business will fold, and everyone we employ in Seaton will be thrown out onto the scrap heap.
Look very thoughtful. When do we leave?
First line.
The ship is ready when you are. I believe Captain Wolgar is ready to leave whenever you are. I have had some supplies placed above the Soul of Winter for you. Rope, torches, grappling hooks, that kind of thing that you might need.
Look around at everybody. Are we agreed then?
Yeah,
Morning tide.
we needed something to do anyway.
No. Well,
Felisa comes back in carrying a huge bowl which is filled with a blue trifle. The cream on top of the trifle has been whipped up like waves, and sitting in the centre of the trifle is a sponge model of the Emperor of the Waves.
Yeah, we're not hungry anymore, so good night, everybody. Oh, trifle. Wow.
It looks amazing, please. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. How was the Aurochs stakes? They're really difficult to get hold of. Gellin really did me a favour. I did specifically request them weeks ago, but of course they come from hundreds and hundreds of miles away. Oh, I would love to see an Auroch one day. Can you imagine a beast of such size? Oh, it would be so exciting, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Have you ever seen
yes.
one?
No.
No, I haven't.
Oh, one day I'll go travelling, and we'll go and see, and we'll go and find the Aurochs. Oh, it'll be wonderful.
come
I'd
with
love
us?
to stay with the Aloid. They hunt them, you know, on horseback. They must be very brave, mustn't they? Imagine riding around one of those giant beasts.
This isn't Jurassic Park.
Thank you, Felisa. I think that's quite enough. I guess I've got enough to ponder this evening. Oh, yes, quite right, Mr. Gellin. Well, I better get back to it. Lovely to see you all again. Take care. Bye-bye.
We'll miss your cooking. When do we leave then? How long have we got to prepare?
Well, as Mormac said, it's your decision. The captain of the Soul of Windsor is ready to proceed at your earliest convenience, my friends.
If you could advise Miss Hannah at the snapping line that we'll be leaving and we won't be using our rooms, and I presume we're ready to go.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
leaving at
That's wonderful.
Maybe leaving at night's a good idea.
I must admit I don't know anything about tides or anything, so I'm at the general commissar, admiral's Atticus's mercy.
Speak to the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they said it was 5 days sailing east, so it might take us a while to get to wherever the ship is.
We could have like murder on the Orient Express kind of adventure on the way there. Yes.
Thank you all so much.
Yes, we can't let this poor family suffer any longer. They will be tearing themselves apart, not hearing about the fate of their family members.
Quite right. Well said, Rodri. You're quite
Yes.
right, Gellin. These guys have got the right spunk for this job.
You said spunk.
That gif is so spot on.
Uh-oh, what we got? Cool. Finish up this lovely meal, brush up, wash up, and head to the big dwarven behemoth.
Okay, Gallon and Mormac come down to the docks with you. Gallon's fished out a lantern to light the way down to the docks. As he gets down there, he goes, "Hey, Windroom, Captain!" After a moment, a hatch pops up on the surface, and a bald head pops up out of the hatch.
Whack-a-mole.
And then this dwarf leaps out. He's got a huge grin on his weathered face. His head is bald. He wears a long brown beard in iron-bound braids. He's got a long black leather coat emblazoned with red trim. And he hops down onto the shore. Just find you a picture of him.
Alright, these are the landlubbers you told me about, are they, Mr. Pinewater?
In Windroom.
Good to see you. Ah, you're a naval man, are you?
Commander Baron, 30 years in the Empire Navy.
Ever been on a Gouda boat?
I'm looking forward to it, Captain.
Well, I'm afraid you might struggle a little, Commander. Someone of your height is gonna have to watch their head.
Low ceilings, huh? I'll get used to it.
So, you're all ready to go?
We haven't packed any extra supplies or anything. I'm just a little concerned.
What would you be needing?
Apparently it was pre-supplied.
Ah. Is that true? Will we have enough supplies for the journey and then...
You
everything?
turn around, Mormac's got a piece of paper in his hand.
Yes. I've included some leather armour, 2 light crossbows, 20 bolts each, 5 50-foot coils of rope, 2 grappling hooks, 12 torches, 2 healers kits, 6 vials of antitoxin, 2 potions of healing, and 2 sacks.
Did you hear that, Atticus? They've got torches.
What about rations and water?
Ah. God darn it, I knew I'd forgotten something.
Food and drink. So,
You'll be alright with the tack, won't you, Commander?
Do you have enough?
We have enough. It's plain fare, but there's no maggots in it.
And we'll be right. Permission to come aboard, Captain.
Permission granted. He bows low in his coat and gestures for you to climb aboard.
And nod at him and climb on.
Okay.
Follow.
Okay. You climb down into a narrow, dark passageway, which is only about 5 feet in height. So all of you, apart from Tiberius, have to duck down and shuffle along. You hear Wolgar outside shouting some commands in Dwarven, and there's this huge rumbling noise starts.
Whoa!
The noise echoes down the narrow corridor that you're in. It's really oppressive and dark, very narrow. Hey, well, if you come, follow me this way, and he kind of pushes past you very closely in the narrow, cramped, and leads you down the corridor into a room on the right. There's a metal door which he opens up. The room is tiny. It's maybe 10 feet across. I apologise about the accommodations, gentlemen.
We'll make do.
This simply won't do at all.
Well, I'm afraid it's either this or you sit up on the deck.
Take me to first class immediately.
We'll be on deck most of the time, I'm sure, anyway. And then we can hop bunk.
I'm sure Tiberius can fit in the hammocks.
There are no hammocks in there. There's no
In the
bedding,
bunks.
it's just an empty room.
In the room.
Go and find somewhere on the deck where I'm out of the way. So
Yeah, I mean, you can sit on top if you look at the picture.
watch how they're sailing it.
Okay, well, there's no crew outside the ship. The whole ship starts to shudder and shake. This enormous noise, and suddenly the stacks at the back of the ship, the 4 stacks, suddenly start to billow black smoke again, and slowly the wheels at the back of the ship start to rotate, and it starts to move out into the water.
Fine.
Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa.
there's this constant rumble and this constant shaking that you hope you're going to get used to, otherwise it's going to set your teeth on edge. Everything is just slowly vibrating.
I'm going to go and have a look at the engine room because I'm curious to how this beast.
I definitely want to do something, but
Okay, you speak to one of the crewmen. Do you speak Dwarven, by the way, Tiberius?
I do speak Dwarven. Actually, it is one of the many languages I speak.
Ah, cousin, I'll take you down and show you the engine, sure. This dwarf, completely bald, no beard, but he's got this long moustache that droops down to his waist, beckons you to follow him.
Aha! Lead on, good fellow, sir. Yes, let's see what.
It takes you down through a maze of narrow, twisted passageways. There's pipes vibrating in the ceiling that you keep having to duck under. There's taps everywhere, all over the place. He takes you through another iron door towards the rear of the ship, and the first thing that hits you is intense heat. There is a massive furnace here. There's 2 dwarves completely naked apart from short leather skirts with these huge shovels, and they're just shoveling coal into the furnace as quickly as they can. The dwarf explains to you that there's a huge tank of seawater above the furnace, which they heat up to boiling, and he basically explains how the steam generated powers the wheels.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Excellent.
You can always give us a hand if you want, cousin.
I don't mind pitching in for an hour.
There's free drinks for those willing. Okay, you find after 5 minutes you have to start taking your clothes off. You're dripping with sweat. But there's a huge barrel of grog in the corner which the crewmen go over occasionally, and they take a ladle out and just drink straight from the ladle, and then they're back to work shoveling the coal in.
I'll turn into a wolf while I'm shoveling it because I don't need clothes then.
Okay.
You got a fur coat on.
Huh?
You got a fur coat on. You're a wolf. You're gonna sweat. dwarves sweat out their paws as well, so you can have stinky boots.
No, I won't. I'll just.
He's already done it now.
You got him.
I
You
haven't
got
done
him.
it. I haven't done it.
You're not doing
I
it,
have
okay. Alright, so you spend a few hours helping them out. You discover that they've sailed down the Kingfisher as far as it was navigable. They've come from Coldor's Hold some time back. And they're just telling you about the great dwarven city in the Balnock Spine Mountains, and telling you about its wonderful architecture and the wonderful things that they create there using the metals from the mountains.
Yes, some fine blades to come out of those hills.
Hey, best in the world, Dad.
I would not disagree with you, Master Dwarf.
They do mention something which piques your interest, which is, and it piques your interest because of the dagger that you found in the Tower of Xenopus, the one made of celestial steel. And just as they're chatting about things, they say they've been having trouble with the orcs of Goshbeg Rel recently. The dwarves, their hill dwarf cousins, mine the Rel crater, which is where a huge meteorite struck hundreds of years ago. And the place is rich in celestial steel, which the dwarves then take back to their city and craft into these wondrous items. But recently the orcs have been raiding them there in the crater.
Well, no one has a rightful claim on the ore. I mean, unfortunately, no one's going to get along, are they, over it? So,
There's been dwarven mines there since my granddad was a nipper.
Yeah, true. True.
They never used to bother us. They used to stick to themselves.
Well, something's making them braver. They must be building for war, maybe, if they are after the precious metals, possibly. Probably a little extreme.
Oh, Moradin's beard, don't say that, lad.
Well, in our adventures, we've seems to be some kind of underlying army building at the moment, and I'll just generally talk over about my adventures and share my adventures and experiences with them.
Okay, so you spend a good few hours doing that. You are absolutely shattered by the end of it. It's really hard work, and you gain a sort of grudging admiration for the crew folk on the boat, which is not comfortable in any way. The rest of you are having a torrid time with the constant vibration, noise and heat as it heads out into the Azure Sea. Towards the end of the day, there's a shout from up above, and Wolgar comes out onto deck where Atticus is. The rain has disappeared now. There's a blue sky above as you're sailing out. You feel, although this strange titanic vessel is quite alien to you, you feel much more at home here, Atticus. Wolgar walks past you. It looks like they've spotted something.
Aye. Any news?
I'll be back in a minute. He goes and talks to another dwarf and comes back. Hey, there's some flotsam and jetsam out there. We're going to take a quite quick detour and have a look.
I'm not in.
The boat starts to turn into an arc to the starboard side, eases round, and after about half an hour, you can see bits of wood floating up and down with the swell of the waves, Atticus. You immediately recognise it as from an Imperial ship.
Oh, shit. Shout to the captain. He'll already know.
Yeah, the captain starts barking orders, and some dwarves come out and start throwing grappling hooks out and trying to pull some of the wood aboard. What do you make of this, Commander?
Are we too late?
Mark, you can make an investigation check if you wish.
Are there any survivors?
There's no signs of any survivors. The captain looks round at you, not having noticed you though before, Rodri. Sorry, again. People keep ignoring you. It doesn't look like it, lad.
Someone knocks it overboard.
Procan have pity on them.
Atticus, you're looking at a few of the pieces. One of them, it looks like it's been destroyed with cannon shot, which is quite unusual because Imperial vessels tend to be the only ones with black powder on board. It's very tightly controlled by the Empire.
Pirates!
Looks like she was in battle.
Aye, we better keep an eye out. There could be pirates about.
You
But
better
just
watch
circle
it.
for survivors.
You have a quick scout around. Make a perception check, please. Anyone who wants to.
Yeah. Damn right. Looking for people. Poor people. Pop.
Rodri, you do spot what appears to be a body floating about 40 feet off the port side of the boat.
There! A body in the water! I point to it.
Turn over there and put it in. We can tell
You
a
got
lot.
good eyes, lad.
He shouts some orders in Dwarvish, and the ship slightly starts to turn in an arc towards the body. The dwarf crewmen start throwing grappling hooks out. After a few attempts, one of them snags onto it and pulls the body towards the side of the boat.
Careful. He may be a lot. Oh no, he's not.
He's definitely not alive, and as they heave the body up, you can see that the legs of the body are missing.
Oh,
Looks
How
like
good
sharks got the poor beggar.
Have a good look at the uniform, see if there's any indication what ship they were from.
You can't tell what ship, but from his jacket he's bearing the rank of bosun.
Right.
We best not stay in the area too long.
oh.
Anything else of interest in the water?
You don't spot anything else, no.
Well, let's hold on to this body and give him a funeral at sea tonight.
Aye, I'll have the lads put him in the coal box.
Practical.
Okay, the ship carries on and night starts to fall. Sorry, dawn starts to break. You all have a very difficult night with the noise and the vibration. It's kind of faded into the background now, but it's constantly there. Pretty much.
Tossing and turning in the night. To ignore the noise.
Depending on how you're feeling about this, Atticus is probably quite happy, but it could be the rest of the day could proceed in a very boring manner unless there's something specific you want to do. There's no land in sight. It's just water in all directions to the limits of your view.
I would like to inquire as to if there is, if they have a smith who's very knowledgeable in the arts of forging and metals aboard. How well the dwarves are.
Aye, this is a dwarven vessel. Of course we have a smith.
I was wondering if I could have a word with him. There's something that I would like to show him that maybe he would be able to tell me about. It's an item, a weapon. And I've heard
Aye.
the dwarves are
He
excellent.
barks an order.
Go get killed, Al!
One of the crewmen rushes off. After a few moments, he comes back with another dwarf in tow. A very old dwarf. His face is a maze of deep wrinkles. He's only got his left eye is completely shut. He's got no hair on his head, no beard at all, but his eyebrows are huge and bushy and reach up to 2 inches above his forehead, and they are bright red in colour.
Yes?
I have something that I've found. I was perhaps wondering if you could shed some light on. It is it's a magical sword. I'll show him.
Look at it, lad.
I'll pull out the Sunblade of Foltus. Have you ever seen its like before?
He looks it over.
This is an ancient blade, laddie.
Yes.
It's not dwarven, I would say. It's of Eldgak make, if anything.
Elgak.
Yeah, the Eldgak are the High Elves.
Oh, my word! That must make it very ancient. Where's it come from? Is there any marks or maker's marks on it or anything?
He takes a moment to look over it.
Well, there's this symbol of the sun on here. I'd say it was a religious instrument.
Yes, I believe it is a blade belonging to the Church of Foltus.
Really? Well, in that case, I take it back, laddie. The elves don't worship Foltus.
Ah. Have you heard
Strange.
any? Have you heard of its kind before?
I can't say I have.
Oh, well. Perhaps is there any way you could point me if I wanted to find out more about this blade?
He looks it over again, and then he picks it up and he takes the blade and bites down on it.
Ah,
Whoa!
this metal's been folded many times, lad. Your best bet is to speak to someone in the church.
Yes, I was thinking that might be the only course left to me. Well, I thank you for your time, good smith.
He nods at you and hands you the blade back, slightly reluctantly.
Thank you. Head off. Shaking my head.
There's a sudden shout in Dwarvish, which Tiberius, you recognise, and anyone else who can speak. In fact, let's see.
Not me.
No.
Who
No.
can speak Dwarvish. Anyone read that? No, I don't think you can speak Dwarvish, Tiberius.
Alright.
No, you can't.
Tell you bullshit.
There's a shout, and the captain suddenly looks worried. He utters a string of what are obviously curse words, though you can't tell exactly what they are, and starts barking orders, and people start running around looking very panicked.
Windrune, what's happening?
Red sails! Red sails to port!
What does that mean?
Atticus, you know that red sails are flown by pirates.
Oh, I made that note on the first session. I was gonna...
Oh, sorry. Captain.
It's fine.
Someone rushes up with the spyglass and hands it to the captain, and he takes a long look through it. And then he starts swearing in Dwarvish again.
Damn! It's Callus and the Devil's Fin. If he's after us, we're as good as dead.
On this
Yeah.
ship?
Be so sure, my
word.
Tiberius and Atticus, you can make history checks if you wish, please.
Ba, 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 ba.
You've both heard of Captain Callus. He's a notorious tiefling pirate captain. His ship, the Devil's Fin, is feared by merchant vessels up and down the coast of the Azure Sea. The Devil's Fin is known because its hull is painted bright red, so it's easily recognisable. And it also has a vicious iron ram affixed to the stern. There's lots of tales about Captain Callus. Some of them say that his bloodline harks back to Asmodeus himself. Other tales speak of him disappearing in a burst of flame after attacks. There's also tales about his crew. His first mate is supposed to be a lumbering ogre who's missing one arm and has forged onto the stump of it a huge anchor.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Critical.
That doesn't look good.
Pirates, yar.
A couple of the dwarves run forwards to the the scorpion at the front of the Gouda boat and start loading it up with a huge, looks like a giant arrow. It's as thick as a man's forearm with this huge iron tip at the end. And Walgar's just staring through his eyeglass.
I'll shout to Walgar. Any casualties, send them to me. I have some skill with healing.
He's still a few leagues off yet.
Right. But I'm just saying.
Have a look at the boats in the distance, and from their trim, do they look like they're trying to...
I mean, the boat is still a few miles off yet. You can't make out the colour with your naked eyes. At the moment, it's sailing in the opposite direction to yourself, sort of parallel, but in the opposite direction.
Captain, can I borrow the spyglass?
Hey, here you go, Commander.
I'll take a look.
You take a look. It's still very small, but you can see in the sunlight that the sails and the hull of the ship are indeed bright red. It seems to be heading in a westerly direction.
Set a course to intercept.
Let's tack east to avoid it.
Make it so.
Okay. Walgar starts barking out a few orders, and the ship slowly veers round to slightly to the port, and starts heading in a sort of east-northeast direction. You continue watching the Devil's Fin through the spyglass, and after a few moments it starts to turn. Can you make a perception check, please?
Who? Everyone.
Just Atticus, sorry.
Right.
With the swell of the waves this deep in the ocean, the ship in the distance disappears from view every few seconds as the Gouda boat sort of rises and falls with the swell of the waves. You're not sure which way it's turned. It's now in profile to you, but you're not sure if it's coming towards you or away from you.
I hand the spyglass back to Windroom, Captain. She's turned.
Aye, you're right, lad. Good eyes. He barks out a few more orders, and then he lowers the spyglass, breathes a heavy sigh of relief. She's heading south.
We should be clear within a few hours.
He starts barking orders, asking crewmen to set extra watches and so on. But over the next hour, the ship slowly disappears from view over the horizon.
Oh.
Yeah, but maybe it's on board what we need.
So.
But we're no match for the ship, so how do we get aboard it without them knowing?
You just want to get on there and kill everybody.
The opportunity will present itself at some point.
Tiberius looks back at the captain. He's like, "Just get me close enough to that ship." Turns around and to walk away, then trips over loads of buckets and then looks in the face. Tries to walk it off. Like.
Tries to style it out. Yeah. Some of the dwarves start laughing at you, and a few of them, and then your friend from the engine room comes up. You know he's called Gilgrim, and he says, "Don't mind them, laddie. I'll give you a hand tidying this up."
Friends.
The rest of the afternoon is spent with everybody nervously watching the horizon, but there's no sign of any more vessels.
Ooh.
Maybe it's looking for what we are looking for. Maybe it's got word of what's happening. So we must make haste, Captain.
Okay, is anybody doing anything for the rest of the day on board the ship?
I'm going
I'm
to go help in the engine room again. We must make haste.
going to offer my limited knowledge of ship sailing to the crew and see if I can pick up any more tips. And I'll watch and stand back and
Okay.
try and learn.
It's a little difficult. This vessel is so different to any other boat you've seen.
Uh-huh.
The way it moves through the water, the way it operates, are completely different. But there are still some chores that are common to all seafaring folk. You see some of the crew out with buckets of black stuff, painting the hull, waterproofing it, repairing the planking and the deck, and swabbing it down, which you've seen on other ships.
I'll
And they
offer my assistance.
Yeah,
on
they
the
show
more
you how to
basic
swab a
tasks.
deck, and one of them takes you over and shows you how to make the black stuff by stripping down old rope into tar, mixing it up.
Thank you. Cork it.
Okay.
Captain Wolfroon,
Hey, Commander.
have your lookout. Keep a rearward-facing view for a while. Captain Callus is a canny one. He may have turned and be following across the horizon.
Aye, we will do, though. Normally, if he wanted to attack us, we'd be in the water by now.
Unless that's not what he's being paid for.
He takes a moment.
Aye, you may be right.
He barks and orders some orders to the crew.
Better safe than sorry, eh?
Indeed, Captain.
I've got a package of equipment. I'm going to drop it in the party sheet.
That's what she said.
Let me know how you would like it dithering up.
Oh.
I
reckon-
reckon maybe a level each.
No, I'll take two.
You can't. You've been demoted.
Pirates. Oh my god, if this ship is no match for those pirates. Crikey.
Well, we'll just put
Did
up the flag of surrender. Wait till it gets close enough.
I did.
Pretend to, surrender. Like, the old Trojan horse.
With this ship, we just go ramming speed, just tear a hole straight through the middle.
And then we kill everyone on board. When they come on board our ship. We set a trap.
That's a twat.
And then
Would
it's
anybody like any of the items in the party sheet putting into their inventory?
Oh, party sheet. Party sheet.
I think Rodri should take the healer's kits.
I didn't see that pop up. Did it pop up?
No, it didn't pop up. You have to open it.
You've got to bring it up yourself, party sheet.
Right.
Yes.
Inventory. I've got 4 healers kits on me at the moment. One of them's half used. I'll grab
Cheating.
I'll grab 2 of those healers kits.
Okay. Well, there are only 2 there, so you can have them.
Oh, it says 4 healers kits there. Oh no, that's it's on me. Huh?
don't know.
There's no
Nope.
three. There
Yeah,
was
sorry, there's 2. Yeah, that was my mistake.
At the right, Rich, where it says party sheet next to the
It's
combat tracker.
3 people. And one of the tabs is
cargo.
inventory. Ignore the cargo for now. That's for
Alright.
future use.
Inventory. All I see. Oh, is it up? Oh, it's updated now. Oh, what the fuck's happening? Which erotic poetry.
Can you see the items in the? Maybe you can't see them. The
No, I
parcel items.
can't, 'cause-
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go through them quickly then. There's 6 vials of antitoxin.
One each.
I can see him, bro.
Okay.
Top right in the parcel items.
Oh,
Yeah.
parcel items. Sorry.
So
sorry,
you want
sorry,
one
sorry.
each of those, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then one extra for Tiberius and one for Atticus because they're front line.
Hold on. Let me just check if this has worked. Okay. 2 for Atticus, 2 for Tiberius, and 1 for Cat.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds cool.
Quite fun going, haven't we? The old party.
Party queens.
Bit of lootage.
Okay.
Right,
Crossbow bolts. There's two lots of 20 crossbow bolts.
I've already got a lot.
I can leave them in party treasure. You can just leave them in the boat.
Yeah.
2
already got
light
enough.
crossbows.
I'm fine.
A gasp weed potion. That's what Kaladek gave you.
I don't need that. It's an underwater breathing potion. Because I can alter myself, so that's redundant for me.
Cool. So who wants the underwater breathing potion then?
I'll take it.
Leave it in party treasure, and whoever needs it can grab it.
I'll carry it. I'll carry that. Please, if I may.
Okay.
We've got enough. We haven't got enough gold to go out, but we've got enough gold to go out.
What about the healers kits? Are you leaving them in the ship for now, or?
I've got a lot already.
You go through a lot, though.
Yeah, I'll take one of them then.
Well, how heavy are they?
Not heavy.
I'll take a couple if you want, because I can do medicine as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll take one and then
Okay.
Because if
take the other.
There's a
you go
potion of
down,
healing.
I can get you
It's
up.
gonna be the front line, isn't it? Atticus probably, because
Yeah.
Tiberius has got a damage absorption.
Okay. There's 5 coils of rope if anyone wants any.
Take one. I haven't got any rope at all.
I think I've got rope.
I'll have one.
Oh, yeah, I've got
Thank
rope.
you.
There's a couple of sacks and a suit of studded leather armour.
I would be very interested in the studded leather. That will improve my AC.
Take it. I need to get.
Wear chain.
I think I'm wearing studded.
I don't even know what I wear. Robe.
Be poncho.
Yeah, that will push my AC up by 1 if I'm reading
So-
it correctly.
What do we do with the gems and the moonstone? Is that for selling?
Yeah.
That's up to you. So are you having the leather armour then? The studded
Rodri.
leather? Rodri?
Yes, I do. Much as it pains me to dress for
Alright,
war.
Let me
And the 9 electron ingots.
that and studded leather.
I need some armor. I have no armor.
There you go.
You
Okay,
don't-
yeah, it's on there now.
Are you proficient in armour though, Kat? What armour
I don't
proficiencies do you have?
It'll impede your magic as well.
Oh, does it?
No, that's different.
No, but
That's
it
a diff-
means that you don't you lose your proficiency on certain things.
Concentration, I think. As well.
It's a different rule set, that.
You can wear light armour, Kat.
Oh, okay, because I'm pretty.
Mages
squishy.
can still
You're
wear
already
heavy
wearing
armor.
leather armour.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Okay,
Awesome. Yeah.
right.
Oh, suits you. Oh, leather armour. Oh, who misses?
Okay. Mid-afternoon, a fog falls over the sea, but the boat carries on through it, lowering the visibility. And then, after 2 days at sea, the soul of winter finally comes in sight of its quarry. A shout in Dwarven from above causes everyone to scurry up onto deck, and sure enough, the looming, shattered hulk of the derelict Emperor of the Waves can be seen floating to the east. Wolgar Windrune orders the Soul of Winter to be brought within 500 feet of the derelict along its starboard side, close enough to make out its major external features. Its masts have been shorn off, but the upper deck appears clear of debris, as if whatever hit the ship was strong enough to carry off the mast, sails and rigging. Its figurehead, once a majestic angel in flight, has been hacked and disfigured.
Well, that's definitely
Lucky she's still afloat.
it's intelligent intervention. If they've hacked off the figurehead, there's some kind of spite there.
Atticus, you know from your experience that the ship has suffered heavy damage across the upper decks, consistent with the effect of a typhoon or tidal wave. You also notice that the vessel is listing noticeably to port, which means that either the sand or the rocks that are used as ballast in the base of the ship have shifted to one side, which would take something of extreme force to do. The incline doesn't appear severe enough to make moving around on the deck hazardous, but it's noticeable. It's riding lower in the water as well, which implies that the bilge and possibly even the lower decks are flooded.
She might be taking on water. We should get on board as soon as we can.
I'll order some of the crew to get the rowboats in the water. They can row you over, and then they'll back off to a distance of 200 feet.
Get your tow lines ready as well. We might have to tow to shore.
Aye.
Glad I bought this water breathing potion.
Oh god, it looks wrecked.
Some of the crew start lowering rowboats down into the water. Some of them are throwing grappling hooks in to the rowboats as well, so they can grapple onto the boat.
Say a blessing over the boats as they go down, asking for Pella's guidance
Okay.
to light the way.
Crew load the boat with some tar sheets and hammers and nails.
Aye.
We may need to have to repair.
I mean, the thing looks pretty much beyond repair. Make an intelligence check for me, Atticus.
This thing's fucked.
I suppose you think that was terribly clever.
You can tell from the damage, the way it's listing to port, the way it's sitting low in the water, there's no way this ship is going to survive 2 days travel back to shore.
Okay.
How long do you think we got, Atticus, to look for this box for Seymour?
A couple of days maybe,
Okay.
before she goes below the waves, but bit by bit I suggest we do the lower decks first. Before they
Very-
take more water.
Yes, very good point.
I'd
Yes.
like to be. I'd like to just get on the ship, get what we need, and get off really quickly.
Looking at the boat, sorry, Tiberius, as you say that,
But
Atticus.
shut off.
No, sorry, I started. I didn't mean to speak over you, mate. You think that looking at the boat, there are no portholes or entry. You think the only way down into the bowels of the ship would be from the main deck.
So we've got to climb up. Grappling hooks. Make sure we take some.
Sorry, Tiberius.
Captain Windroom,
Aye.
keep a close eye on the weather. Something took this ship out. Maybe focused and magic. Some sort of storm.
Aye,
Well,
indeed. We'll
Keep a close eye on the weather.
keep your ears open. We'll use a horn if we need to signal you.
Aye.
Okay, the rowing boats have been laid into the water now. They're still held by the crewmen on the side of the boat. There's a couple of dwarves in each boat who've taken up the oars. There's been some tarps, some ropes, some grappling hooks thrown into the boats.
Stop doing it. Well, here we go. Let's get on.
Okay.
Get in.
You climb down the ropes. You all heading into the rowboats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, bless
Oh, I
this
just had a horrible thought.
What?
You know when we went for the council meeting
Yeah.
and we left our weapons, we didn't pick them up.
I am assuming that you collected your weapons.
Yeah, very true.
Because
No one said they were picking their weapons up.
You reach for your sword and you meant to
Don't
scabbard.
throw a spanner into work.
That was implied.
Oh god.
Of course, that you remember.
Rich is trying to drop the party in it.
I'm fine. I'm with my weapons.
Oh yeah, because you're an eldest. Oh shit. I've
My
got
hands
spells.
are my weapons.
Tiberius has got his claws. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Fine actually.
I'm fine.
Okay, bear with me 1 second. Okay.
Mischievous
setting
little
things up, just setting things up for a second.
You're just trying to wipe another party.
Motherfucker.
Okay, you start heading out. The dwarves pulling on the oars of the rowboats. The swell of the ocean rising and falling means that the ship kind of keeps almost disappearing from view and then coming back into view. And each time it comes back into view, it looms even closer. After about 15 minutes, the thing is towering above you like a building. You can see that the hull is covered in a thick algae that's going to make climbing it difficult.
That's strange. Surely it hasn't been adrift that long.
Get the grappling hooks out and climb up the side.
Okay, you get the grappling hooks out and start throwing them up. Can I have a dex check, please?
Well, this seems safe. From everyone.
Whoever's throwing a grappling hook
Hello, I'm on there. Natural. Oh!
Wow. Okay, you all managed to get hooks up.
Obviously, mine was that.
Are there any? I'll have a look around. Are there any storms approaching?
Well, there's thick fog, but you can't. It doesn't appear like there is.
Is it darker fog in any direction?
No, not particularly. I mean, you are in the shadow of the side of this huge ship, towering above you.
So we don't get any violent storms approaching.
Okay, let me share this.
A natural 20.
I'll move you onto the deck and describe the deck, and then you can.
Both of you did a natural 20.
Natural.
I
Bruce couldn't be arsed.
didn't roll.
It couldn't be arsed.
He's
No,
not bringing them up.
I've got claws, so I don't really need to roll, do I?
True.
The upper deck of the Emperor of the Waves slopes gently down towards the ship's port side. The forecastle and quarter deck are empty, and short wooden stumps are all that remain of the ship's masts. There are double doors leading to cabins both fore and aft that offer access to the lower decks, and aside from the rhythmic creak of the ship's badly weathered timbers, all seems quiet.
Ooh. Hey, does anybody remember that raid in EQ2 where you raided on a ship?
Didn't do raids.
You worked your way across the ship.
Can't remember that one. I didn't do that one.
Oh, it was brilliant. I'm sure I did it with you once, Neil.
Yeah, you did.
Atticus,
Yeah.
Atticus, where's the captain's cabin most likely to be? Sure, that's probably where the box should be.
Captain's cabin's most likely, you know Atticus straight away. He's most likely to be at the back. Yeah.
Okay, let's go then.
It's not going to be there.
Start taking it easy, taking attention to how the ship's moving in the water and
Okay.
getting the rhythm of the ship.
If you're going, if you're going into the back, just give me 1 second while I sort this out.
Oh god.
There we go.
Oh my god. Sort it out.
Okay.
I think we're heading into the back.
I'm going to have a listen.
Okay. Make a perception check, please. You don't hear anything above the creaking of the ship.
What? Even with advantage? Fucking hell. Right, there's definitely nobody there.
You rolled a 6 and a 3, mate.
So there might be somebody there.
Can't hear anything. It's clear.
Okay.
Go on my tango.
Go on my mark. Go, go, go.
Okay.
Aha!
Dick.
Okay, you opening the door then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Why can't I open it? Hold on, let me just cancel. Okay. The door is damaged, but you managed to force it open. And you're surprised this doesn't appear to be a captain's cabin. Judging from the stove along one wall, it appears to have been the galley. The area is cluttered with bones and debris. Badly damaged metal knives and other cookware hangs from hooks in the ceiling, while the choking stench of rotting flesh fills the air. A stairway leads up near the stern. The first thing you notice over all this is everything is covered in a strange web-like material. But rather than moving with the rocking of the ship as a web would do, it's completely rigid. You also notice that there appear to be hundreds of tiny, what appear to be insects crawling over everything.
God.
But they're not like any insects you've ever seen before.
I light a torch and get ready to shoo him away.
Oh, good point. Can I put the light spell on me?
Yeah, hold on, let me just do that.
Yeah,
for you.
light a torch and get ready to shoo him away from my feet.
Torch
Flame.
and light.
But I'm also going to cast it upon Atticus. Because it's not a concentration. Here you go.
What is it, sorry?
I'm just going to cast the light cantrip on it. It's the same as a torch, but it means you don't have to carry.
Ah, yeah, but I'm still lighting my torch because
Yeah.
fire to keep the insects away that
The strange insects appear to be some kind, about an inch long. Just bear with me 1 second. You've never seen anything like them before. They have segmented carapaces, claws, and what appears to be a long tail stinger.
They don't look friendly.
They look like this. They're about an inch long.
Seeing how I've spent most of my time in, wandering in the wilds and communing with nature, has it definitely not seen anything like this
Definitely
before?
not seen anything like this before.
What the hell are these?
You can also see in the corner there is a mouldy trapdoor in the floor. There's a bar has been inserted through a set of rusted brackets to keep it shut.
I try and shove my torch towards these insects to make a path to get through to the trapdoor.
Yeah, they kind of skitter and disappear into holes in the floor and the behind the stove.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Everybody be ready.
They look otherworldly.
Go on, let's just
Yeah.
get it done. Let's get it done.
Right.
Get off the boat. Yeah.
Trapdoor.
Give me the creeps. How's your danger sense?
Oh, who was that moving? Was that Atticus?
Me.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Trapdoor.
Ecarte.
Yeah, is my danger sense picking up anything?
What's the range on that again?
60.
Yes, it is. You're feeling very uneasy.
Oh.
How do you verbalise that? Back here.
It's sort of like getting goosebumps, but under your skin.
Oh!
Like someone's walked over
That's
your grave.
freaking
Shuddering.
weird.
That's cool. Maybe you'd like to tell us. Well,
Try this trapdoor.
What would you like to know?
Oh, these stairs.
Yeah, sorry, they're under the
scared.
trapdoor.
Okay.
Yeah, you can pull the bar out and lift the trapdoor up.
Okay.
goosebumps under your
Do
skin.
that.
Okay, they reveal stairs heading down.
Hold my torch out and head down.
Don't
Okay, let me just
trap
move everybody for a second. Hold on.
Oh, I hit something. Oh yeah, the thing in the middle of the room.
Yeah,
The mast.
Is that a spell book on the altar thing?
Yeah, there does seem to be. Oh, fuck! Hold on.
there would be a dagger there.
I
Oh,
I fucked
fuck.
up, guys. Sorry. Yes, I was reading the wrong room description. There is a rough stone altar on the far side of the cabin. Strange markings cover its surface. Dried mud cakes the floor around it, and several skulls ring the wall above, each mounted on a wooden spike. The corners of this room are piled with garbage and debris, crudely cut wooden logs, smashed furniture, torn sacks, shattered crates, and small piles of dried palm fronds. There's a staircase descending in the southeast corner and an acrid odour in the air.
I'll just have a quick look. Any manuscripts or...
Yes, if what that book is, or
Okay.
if there's anything on the altar. Sorry.
The book is written in common. It appears to be a prayer book.
What's that you found?
Prayer book.
Chuck it to Rodri.
Yeah. So we make like rodders.
I'll have a look at it.
Okay.
What region?
Just hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys.
I bet it's
Hello.
Polkan,
Yeah?
Volcan, Polkan, Tolkan, Solkan,
Yeah.
Tolkan.
Tolkien.
Sorry about that.
Croker.
Yes, you go and look
Okay.
at the book,
Thank you.
and it's strange. The book is a prayer book to Pholtus of the blinding light,
Oh, that
but
wanker.
the accoutrements around it, the skulls, the strange carvings in the stone altar, are obviously nothing to do with Pholtus that you've ever seen. Pholtus, whilst being very strict in his teachings, is generally considered one of the good deities.
Look,
And
Ted.
whilst you're looking at the book, I would like everyone to make a perception check, please.
Aye. Corruption. Sanity loss.
Okay, Cat and Tiberius are on the ball and suddenly shout out a warning as something lurches up the stairs towards you. And the web-like things on the east side of the cabin suddenly burst with this strange chitinous crack. And swarms of the insects come out along with two other things. One of them is like the small insect, but it's about 5 feet across,
Yeah.
and the other looks like this. I'd like everybody to roll initiative, please.
No, I don't want
He looks
to.
like he's formed, doesn't he, in this latest campaign? He's
I
well
don't want to.
Well, into what, mate?
He swarms.
Oh, Atticus
They
has
debilitate
disappeared under the
fire.
giant needle scorpion. Let me just
Oh, you
move it
guys
a little
as
bit.
well are awful.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, something's going faster than me. Shit.
Okay, this huge beast smashes through this strange chitinous web and is going to attack Atticus.
My
Shit.
web's
I get to go last.
Shit.
I'm under a pile of shit.
Shit.
Shit indeed, my friend. Shit indeed.
It's going to try and bite you, Atticus.
Okay.
me. Scratching your back.
You instinctively duck back as these huge snapping mandibles come out at you.
But
Rodri,
Shit. What?
you're up.
Oh my god. Quickly pull out my crossbow. I tried to shoot the massive, big, giant needle scorpion. Control. Yeah.
My web's gonna work on it.
Actions.
Fuck it, you got anything that'll burn them?
I've got web, and then you can burn the webs.
Oh, good shot.
Nice shot.
Yeah, good shot. Indeed.
You could try and trap the swarms, 3 of them anyway.
Smacked it. That's me. I'm done.
Okay.
I'll take this advantage if I get caught. So.
You'll get the big monster in the
There's
fight.
another crack from behind you, Rodri. You turn round, see this huge humanoid beast with, instead of arms, it has these 2 claws, each as long as your forearm. Comes from
Fucking
behind
kidding
the strange chitinous webbing. It is going to.
Not going to attack me, is it?
It is going to attack you.
I love that Rodri's all like, he's all like hippie until he starts getting attacked, and he's like,
The red mist.
Why do you think he
Fuck
gets
you.
so many crossbow bolts?
It swings its claws at you.
What? Better die.
After swinging its claws, it brings down almost like a headbutt. It's got this huge proboscis at the front of its head, which it sweeps down towards your back.
No.
Oh, I'm having the shit rolls tonight, am I? Okay. Cat, you see this thing charge Rodri from behind. With this kind of skittery, clattery run across the decking.
I'm going to cast web, please,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
and I'd like it in a 20-foot cube, square cube, sort of over the east side of the.
Okay, you'll be getting Rodri and Atticus as well. Is that the plan, or?
It shouldn't be Rodri. You mean Tiberius?
Sorry, Tiberius
Oh, yeah,
Atticus. Where do you
that's
want it? There.
About. Yeah, if you can
Oh,
avoid Tiberius, that would be great. Thank you.
There.
I've drawn. Can you see where I've drawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that still getting the big one though?
Yeah.
He's a
All
big
right, then
boy.
I'll go where Tiberius is drawn, then please.
Up one.
I'm gonna have to move some stuff now because I can't.
Sorry,
Okay, hold on.
I do
Oh.
apologise.
No, don't make it easy for him.
You're mean, man.
I can't get out of drawing mode.
Well, at least you're drawing something non.
Oops, what's going on here? Oh, you're casting web. Okay, I forgot. I didn't click my save. Sorry. Could you cast that
okay.
again, please, so it comes up again? In fact,
Sure.
let me just check.
Well, level 1 spells are just.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Oh.
I don't need to make saving throws anyway. The webs start to fall down, but it doesn't impede them at all.
Yeah. I think
Oh, they're webby type dudes. Shit.
I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, that's your best. That's proved to
That-
be an amazing spell.
Me, I think.
Bugger.
Okay,
My level 1
Tiberius.
spell disappeared.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to deal with this dude on me.
Hold on. Your level 1 spells disappeared, has it? You seem
Yeah,
to
I
have
can't
added
see.
4 new level 1 spells.
Have you
No, I haven't
collapsed?
done anything.
Have you
I can't
collapsed?
see them.
Have you collapsed the level 1 spells?
Yeah, that's what.
I'm deleting those extra spells.
I was pressing the plus, thinking it would like show more. Sorry.
That's all right.
Do continue, Tiberius.
Okay, Tiberius, you're up.
I will use my bonus action to invoke the Crimson Rite and lose 1 hit point and have my extra D4, please.
Okay.
And I will use my attack on my claws as well. So I will attack this creature with my crimson. Oh, I flanked it, so I got advantage. Nice.
Ooh, wicked.
Ah, shit wrong.
Okay, you start clawing at the scorpions that are skittering all over the floor. You're just throwing them side to side, these dead little bodies flying out from where you're slamming
Pierce,
them.
Crispy,
Pierce
crispy,
if you got it. It didn't resist my pierce.
Didn't resist mine, did it?
Is that it, Tiberius?
Yeah, partially resistant.
It didn't resist the fire, though.
No, but yeah. But if you got pierce.
Near like
I have got pierced. My claws are piercing. What are you on about?
No, they're
Yeah.
slash.
Oh,
I-
it's not.
Yeah?
I closed the map by accident. Thank you.
You're done, Tiberius, are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
I'm gonna get rid of the cube.
Right. These are going to move... Oh no, what's going on here? I'm going to delete that cube.
Yeah, please,
there.
because I died.
That's a shame.
Can you delete that red line, Rich, for me? Right click on it, click the pointer.
Well, what if I don't want
thing.
to?
Don't do what I do and close the window.
The swarm of scorpions moves to here. Oh shit. No, they're gonna move over you.
Too late to apologise.
And they start running up your legs. They're little stingers, trying to dig into you.
Herbs.
But they can't get through the leather of your boots.
Help me, you little bastards.
These are going to do the same to Tiberius.
Jesus, Rich, we've been out in a straight line, dude.
The rubber's not very good.
They miss as well. They can't get through your thick fur.
Grr.
Making me itchy all over.
Cat, another swarm starts to crawl over you.
My God, they got advantage.
It's because they're occupying the same. Swarms can occupy the same space.
Oh my God! Fucking swarms.
Okay, some of the stings get through, but your mystical powers stop them actually breaking the skin. They're just stinging.
You got
This one is
Aramis
gonna.
Can I
Atticus,
modify that dice roll, please? Wasn't too late.
what dice roll?
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
I had temporary hit points, so.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to get him to miss, that was all. That was quite a hefty hit. But, well, I will save it. Alright, probably sure.
Okay, this swarm is attacking Atticus. And also misses. Can't get through your arm. Okay, Atticus, finally! You're being swarmed by these little things. You've got a giant one in front of you.
I took 0 damage through all that.
Okay.
I've hit the big one
Okay.
once.
Back to there.
Okay.
So, Scorpion 4 will get us attack of opportunity on me, I guess.
Yes, swarm of insects 4 will. Ooh,
Ow.
that was close.
You got like leather AC.
Okay, some of them do start to break through your armour. These little stings on your ankles as you back off. And they are painful. But you feel strangely euphoric.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, man. Fucking cool.
Okay, Atticus.
Okay. I am going to cast Thunder Wave in front of me. I'm going to slam both my blades down, whip them out their sheaths, slam them into the deck.
Okay.
Maybe those three in front of me. It's 15 foot square. I don't think I'll catch them because I've got to have it slightly to the right. Because of
15 foot square, you won't get the ones on Cat, no.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let me cast it.
Okay, let me make my saves.
Burn the witch.
Fail, fail, fail.
Burn the witch.
Damn it.
3 successes and a fail.
Okay, so the ones that failed move blasted back, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for some reason oh, that's why I can't do them. Okay.
I'm still targeted. Yes. And do the damage.
Oh, big hit. Fuck.
Okay. You scrape as you plunge your swords down. You slam them together into the decking of the wood, and the decking kind of ripples up and down as this shockwave blasts out. Scorpions in front of you just go blasting backwards into the wall. Some of the bodies don't move after slamming into the wall. The giant one gives this weird, horrible chitinous sort of roar. Okay.
There's more to it.
Action surge and slash at
Nice.
one.
There's more to Atticus than meets the eye.
Yeah, I'm going to attack him with my scimitars.
Okay.
Damn, that's so close to a 19.
It was.
Don't do it again.
Oh, I did it.
Fucker.
No way. Okay. I
Nearly
mean,
92.
Yeah, that's me.
you're feeling as you start swinging at these things. You're feeling like quite lightheaded, and you almost start giggling to yourself. You're not quite sure why. And it puts your swings off, basically. Okay.
I'm going to pop that antitoxin.
The giant needle scorpion rears back.
Uh-oh.
And
Just massive shit on Atticus.
Nice.
targets Atticus. As it rears back, its jaws open to the side, and this thick stream of liquid webbing shoots out at you. And as it hits the air, it solidifies into this kind of solid web that shoots out towards you.
It's like Starship Troopers.
Right.
You duck down underneath it and stand up again. It's kind of solidified already. You kind of break through it as you stand back up. Okay.
Fuck you.
Rodri.
So I'm going to turn around to this Kashjankap. Take out my quarterstaff. In both hands, take a steady grip. Oh, I just swing around with it in absolute panic.
Here we go.
Oh, hit it.
I thought that was a 20 then. I thought he'd rolled a 20.
Whoa! For 3 damage.
Daft of
Get off. Oh.
You shall not.
Anything else, Rodri?
No, that's me. I'm done.
Okay.
Nobody else needs healing.
It's going to attack you back. First, its claws come slashing in.
What? What?
and then it tries to bite you with its huge proboscis again.
If I hadn't picked up that armor, that would have hit. Ow! Shit!
What was the attack?
The attack was 26.
I'm fucked. I'm going to use my Rebuke of the
Hold on.
to do...
I'd like you... You should have a save button coming up.
Okay.
Did that come up? Yeah, here we go. Okay. You are poisoned.
Okay, so I did the 2 damage to him and I'm pushing back 10 foot.
Okay. You push him back 10 feet.
Yeah. We're using Rebuke of the Talisman.
Okay.
Here, man.
Okay, you are feeling really rough. As this proboscis plunges into you, it's just under your right shoulder blade. There's this horrible pulsing. You can see the proboscis pulsing as something pumps down into you.
Help!
Cat.
Kill them all!
Right, I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Scorpion 3.
Untarget the giant scorpion, please. Thank you.
No problem. We'll see how about this. Oh, wow.
Okay, you plunge your hand down into the swarm of scorpions that are swarming over your legs, and little bolts of electricity start shooting through them, throwing some of them off you, and there's leaving these little smoking husks on the deck.
I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tiberius.
I will run away from that.
Okay, we'll get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, and I will jump onto the desk. 15 feet.
Okay.
So yeah, he gets a free hit.
Okay, which one is that? That's number 2. Oops.
What?
This one's doing less damage because you've cut it down quite badly. But some of them do start to sting you as you move away. And again, like Atticus, as the stings bite into you, your foot goes slightly numb and you start to feel slightly euphoric. Okay,
And
what
then
are you doing?
Then I will move 5 to there, please.
Okay.
I will target this and make my 2 attacks.
Okay. This thing's big. It's not difficult to hit, but it's got thick chitinous armor on it. But you start tearing into the plates of its chitin, ripping it off.
Done.
Okay. This swarm of scorpions is going to continue attacking cats.
It's like stunk you, Richard.
Hits, and it does full damage because it's not hit yet. This one is going to carry on attacking Attica. Oh no, yeah, it was Tiberius, but you ran away from it, so it's going to switch to Atticus.
Still on me.
Yeah. This one's taken quite a bit of damage, so there aren't as many of them. But you still feel the stings. The stings almost feel like tickles to you now.
That's how they get you. You do start to go.
This one's on cats.
Like Mr. Bean, Johnny English when he accidentally injects himself.
Oh shit.
Serum.
Oh, that was lucky.
Okay, they're starting to sting you quite badly now, Cat, and like the others, despite the initial pain, you feel your blood. You can feel the blood rushing through your body. You feel quite lightheaded.
Shit.
And this one is going to crawl over the stairs back to Atticus.
This is where Dave just rocks up in the middle of the fucking room and does a fucking Iron Man.
I've already used my 20 with climbing up the side of the ship.
Yeah. Atticus, you're up.
I'm just going to reach into my pack and take a swig of the antitoxin.
Okay.
I'm fucking poisoned.
Okay, there's no way of automating this, mate. For the next hour, you gain advantage on saving throws against poison,
Right.
and you feel the irrepressible urge to giggle fade, and then your foot starts to throb with pain.
Oh no.
Or what's it called? What's it called when your toe hurts?
That's me.
Because you've eaten too much rich food.
Okay, this thing's going to
Gout.
try
Yeah, because of the bad case
and
of
hit you
gout.
again.
Shit.
It catches you in its pincers. Did you get a save box come up?
I did. Manual dice entry. So
You click the little button to make your save.
I do it now, do I?
Yeah. I can turn this off, but I thought you might like making your saves yourself rather than me doing them for
Oh,
you.
I like it.
I didn't get one. I never got a save.
No, you didn't. Okay. It starts to poison you,
Ow.
and your joints suddenly start to throb and seize up.
I
You
get
got advantage.
You do get
Can you get-
advantage. I do apologise. Yeah. Make another save. Roll a d20.
20.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah, you do save, so that's 10 off Atticus.
4, so that's 17.
Yeah, so you made your save, so I'll take that poison damage off and remove the paralysation.
Drinking that poison was epic.
Yeah,
Drinking that
sorry
poison
mate,
was epic.
yeah, thank you for reminding me. I did say there was no way of automating that, unfortunately. Okay, Rodri.
Shit. I'm going to cast spells. I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration upon myself to cure my own poison.
Yeah, okay. Is there
And
a
that-
thing to click, an effect or anything like that to click for it? Or?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I can be blinded, deafened, paralysed, or poisoned.
Okay, yeah.
And have we got anybody targeted at all? Yes, got that shit. Wanker. I'm going to target Atticus. And I'm going to implore on Pelor. Got him targeted. I'm going to implore the aid of Pelor to heal my good friend. I've got 5, so I do. No, that's fucking false life. Healing life. So I take an 18, and a fuck. That's it.
Okay. Okay, can you tick those off, please?
Yeah, sorry.
So you start muttering a prayer to Pelor or whatever strange servitor of Pelor you feel yourself bound to, and the urge to vomit fades. You then look across at Atticus, who's staggering backwards from these blows. Raise your palm towards him, and he's bathed in this brief light, and some of his wounds heal up.
That's me.
Nice. Thank you.
Right, this thing is going to rear up. It's attacking Tiberius now, not Rodri.
Thing's nasty.
And like the giant needle scorpion, this thick viscous fluid suddenly squirts out from somewhere in its abdomen towards you, Tiberius, hardening as it moves through the air. But it missed.
Oh, it dropped. Oh, because it's in melee.
Because it's in melee, yeah. They're not the most intelligent things. That's my excuse. Cat.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile,
Okay.
which is level 1. Like that, and then I'm going to target this
Big
one.
thing.
Scorpion 2. I will target Scorpion 3 and Scorpion 1.
Okay.
Where's it gone?
It's alright.
Okay, arcs of mystical light, these balls of mystical light arc out in different directions, slamming into the swarms of the spiders. Little bodies of the scorpions sort of fly up and are burned on the decking.
Well, that's me, thank you.
What are you doing, Rodri?
No, ignore that. I accidentally clicked it. I unclicked it.
Tiberius.
I should continue my mutilation of said.
Motherfucker.
I was an 18 and then it stalled. And then rolled over for a sec.
Yeah, I had a lot of that tonight.
Critical!
Okay, you start tearing sort of chunks of the chitinous shell off this thing. There's this horrible thick black ichor underneath, dripping to the deck. Are you done?
Can I drink the antitoxin?
That would be a bonus action. You've
Okay,
already used
that'd
your
be-
bonus action.
That's fine.
Okay, these swarm of insects are going to try and bite Cat.
Under siege there. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Critical!
Okay, you start to sink to your knees, Cat. You're just kind of leaning up against the wall, but you can't help grinning. You feel you've never felt so good.
Oh, is this what it's like to be at sea, Atticus? I see why you do it now.
Right, these are dead. Let me remove them. These are the other ones on Cat.
Oh no! You've got 6 hit points left. Miss, you fuckers. Oh,
Okay, well
that's not a miss, is it?
they're doing less damage because they're at half health, but we'll see what happens.
No, yeah.
Okay, Cat
6 level or higher.
slumps down to the deck, and these things stinging all over you are leaving where they're stinging you. These horrible scars, this web of horrible scars, are all on over your upper arms and your chest.
Oh, don't no.
You have disadvantage on persuasion checks and advantage on intimidation checks. Now, I'll make a note on your character sheet for that.
Yeah.
So, where are we? Persuasion is at disadvantage. How do I do that? I'm going to have to do that manually later. Okay. Make a note.
It's 5, 7.
Nasty, nasty fight, yeah. So Cat's
No.
gone down. Okay. And these are attacking Atticus. kind of swoon, Cat, into a kind of happy sleep as you slump to the ground. But they miss. Atticus, you're up.
Right, I'm going to stay on that as target.
Unleash hell.
Really? Ooh, one hit. So it's not going to do full damage because it. Oh no, it did.
Okay.
That's it.
You slam your sword up into its belly and kind of wheedle it in between the different armor plates on its belly. This huge gout of black ichor splashes out across your boots.
Across your boobs.
I heard boobs.
Okay.
No one's
It
going
tries to bite you, Atticus.
I heard boobs. I always hear boobs.
Okay, on this time, Mark, click advantage before you hit the button. Hopefully that should
Oh,
do it at
what is
advantage.
this? Nice. Oh,
Okay, nice. Okay, Rodri. You've seen Cat fall. These scorpions are now crawling all over her.
that giant thing's got to go down. What's best to hit? It's going to be a crossbow. Say that last spell just in case it do something.
Yeah, Tiberius has got that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And worms will be on you, mate. If you don't get them, you need to get the cats. So
I hit the motherfucker.
nice.
No. Oh, you got it.
Okay, you take a moment to aim, utter a prayer to Pelor as you pull the trigger on your crossbow. The bolt flies across and buries right in the open wounds that Atticus had just made with his sabre.
And with my bonus action, is it worth getting Hecate up? Because
Is it worth getting I know what you mean, but it sounds harsh.
Down. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hecate. With my bonus action, Pelor. Can't let somebody go down.
Is it worth it?
Well, she'll get to go before the ink sets, so probably, yeah.
Oh, come on! That was a good roll. Oh. Yeah,
Okay, Cat. You stagger back up to your knees, suddenly awakened, still feeling strangely pleased with how things are going.
Don't forsake me.
Okay.
Oh,
it didn't
cool.
recharge. Okay, it didn't recharge, so it's going to try and claw you first, Tiberius. And then bite you. Which hits. And there should be a save box coming up for you, Tiberius.
Sorry, I'd like to roll a subtract d4 off that. 2.
So that'll take it down to a 17.
I've got armor class 19, so.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 9 damage. No, it wasn't. It did 5 damage.
So I don't have to say.
Okay. It missed with its claw. Yeah, so that's it. Gone. Okay, Cat, you stagger back up, smiling to yourself that you have another chance.
Okay. I'm just going to cast Magic Missile again, because at least then I'm going to hit the bastards, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I'll target all 3 of them, so I get 3 missiles.
I'd share the love on them too.
Save yourself.
I'd stick 2 on the yellow and 1 on the green.
Or all 3 on the yellow.
Which one's the yellow, sorry? I'm confused with what you're looking at.
How wounded it is. If you look at the bottom right hand of the box, with a little dot, and that shows you how wounded the monster is.
Swarm 3 is looking
see.
more injured than Swarm
I
1.
see what you mean. Okay.
You want to kill something.
And you got less chance of going down.
So do I click this 3 times, or do you just times
Are
that?
you doing it 3 times to the same one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do it again then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool. It's 3.
So that's an extra 8 onto number 3.
That should be 12.
Yeah, it did the 4 automatically, so extra 8. Okay,
Yay.
yeah, these 3 bolts slam down into it. There's scorpions flying everywhere through the air. And when the smoke clears, they're all just lying on the deck.
Nice.
Ah, you bastard.
Anything else, Kat?
No, I can't move, thank you.
Tiberius?
I can't see what how wounded this guy is.
Very. He's red.
Really. Well, I'll give him another slap then.
Is he on critical?
I'll try. Or not. Yay.
Good hit.
Okay, nice. You just rip into him, and you just rip down with one claw, and his left arm falls off, and then with the other you swipe round and knock its head flying off into the wall.
Flawless victory!
I'm sorry, Becky, but these scorpions are still on you.
I'm-
on the moon.
They're gonna eat her eyes. Not a beautiful eyes.
You kind of scoot
Yay.
backwards across the floor, the decking, as they swarm over you slightly, keeping out of their reach. Okay. These ones are on Atticus.
Oh, Tiberius is to move behind, like the one with Atticus, so we've got advantage.
They hit.
Right? Oh, he'll kill that.
Okay. Atticus, you're up.
Okay. Attack it with my scimitars.
Yes.
Oh, Dukan.
Massive hits.
Okay, you grit your teeth, grinning, and start slashing away at them.
Give me room to
Okay.
move behind.
Anything else, Atticus? Do you want to move?
Yeah, I'm going to move over to here. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Rodri.
On target a card thing.
We just stood in a circle, like stamping on the floor.
One. Oh, it should be advantage.
Nice down.
Yeah, roll
That's it
again.
anyway.
That's it.
That's a hit. Eh? Oh no, I might get a critical.
You might do.
No. Drop one. Yeah. Bollocks. Maybe somebody else should have done that. Fuck. Oh well.
Okay. Are you done?
Uh.
You can move again if you want.
No, I don't want to move out.
Okay.
It's
Cat.
quite easy. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just cast Shocking Grasp.
Good hit. Ooh, good damage.
Oh, it's a good hit. Lots of the bodies sort of fly up. The swarm is more than half obliterated now.
Ooh, less damage.
Anything else, Cat?
No, thank you.
Tiberius.
Right, there you go. Come in.
Okay. The wolf bounds across the room, opens its mouth and just moves its head from side to side, chomping down on these scorpions that are flying in different directions.
Oh my god, we are hurt.
Okay, it's 10:30. How are people fixed tonight? I don't know if people are working tomorrow and stuff.
I'm really knackered, so not longer than another half an hour for me.
Okay,
Fine with me.
we'll play on
Okay,
for a little bit then,
yeah.
until we get to...
Whenever.
Okay.
I would like to offer. Oh my god. I take my healing kit out and start to dress people's bandages. Dress people's wounds with bandages.
Okay, so who are you going to do first?
First of all, Hecate. I take my medicine roll. Did
Okay,
that
yeah,
work?
it did. Cat, you can use a hit dice if you wish.
Thank you.
Rodri sets to work, gets his healing
Oh.
kit out.
Well, they were an ugly
Hold
fucking bunch.
You can
No,
only
just
use one hit
one.
dice,
Oh, sorry. Can you take the last one?
unless he uses another medical kit on you.
No, it's right. Just take the last one.
Okay, I'm not sure how I
Fine.
can add hit dice back to you though, hold on.
Oh, that's something to discover.
Yeah, I can't.
Well,
I'll
I'll
just have to remember you've got
use-
one more hit dice.
Yeah.
I'll do the second one then and make it
Okay.
easy. Okay, so
How
that's the
Yeah, the second one also works, yeah.
Okay, so that goes out.
Yeah, if he gets a critical, you can use you can
Two.
use 2 hit dice if he gets a critical on his check.
I'll try one on myself.
Okay.
Skills, medicine.
I've got
Yeah,
loads of
that
healers.
works.
Yeah, first
Okay, that works. So
In case people didn't know, each healer kit can be used 10 times.
yeah.
But yeah, you still get through them.
Atticus. Oh, come in. Oh man, come here, mate. Come here, mate. He's on Atticus.
Sting.
Did that work?
It did work, yes. Sorry, I forgot you can't see that.
I've got to do a hit dice. Thank you.
I'll try another one. Another one on Atticus.
Okay.
Skills. Medicine.
I should assist you on this because.
Yeah, that succeeds as well.
So Atticus can
You're
do
getting
another
quite
Yeah.
good at this combat
This-
medic stuff.
one.
Thank you, Rodri.
This is my calling.
So
isn't
that's
it?
5 medical kits to tick off, Rodri.
Yeah, done.
Okay, you take a moment to breathe. That was weird, these strange things.
They were awful creatures. What the hell were they?
So they attacked as Rodri was starting to turn the pages of the book.
Don't touch the book.
Don't touch that book.
Could I just walk up to the book and visually inspect it without touching it?
You can. As I said, the book is a prayer book to Foltus, though the altar itself is somehow perverted in the way it's set up. I mean, you would never normally see an altar to Foltus with skulls around it. And
there
in the
any-
margins of the prayer book is recorded some kind of log. It's in common, so if you want to take a few minutes, you can read through it.
Yeah, just from the first page without.
It's
turning.
it seems to be notes made by the captain of the ship, with dates alongside. It says that they successfully picked up their cargo on the shores of the drowned jungle and started to sail for home port. The ship then ran into a storm of strange and terrible violet lightning that threw it off course and separated it from its escort ships. Running low on food and drinkable water, the ship was forced to drop anchor off an uncharted island. And then the last entry describes an attack by several of the ship's hired guard, who were actually undercover members of the Knights Templar of the Theocracy of the Pale, led by a half-orc called Krell. Though the crew fended off this initial attack and barricaded themselves in the cabin, they suffered heavy casualties. And the final entry records the captain's fear that this attack might have been the precursor to an even larger assault.
We need to find out the location of that island.
Let's get Seymour's box and get the hell out of here.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I'm going to search down here.
Okay, there's stairs descending down into darkness.
What am I know my see, Dungeon Master?
They end after a short while, obviously entering into another room, but unless you go down you can't see.
I shall go down.
Hey, Carter, you have a nose for trouble. Are we safe?
No. Hecate is still feeling, the hairs on her arms are still standing up. There's that strange itch at the back of her neck. I'm just going to move you guys off the ship for a second while I do something with
I've used all my healing.
Tiberius.
No more healing left. I've only got one spell.
Should we take a rest?
Yeah, I could take a 15-minute rest again, but it would just be one spell slot. I mean, it'd be worth it. But I just don't want to push
Tiberius.
it.
We can't exactly take a long rest because the ship's going to
No,
sink.
no, we can't.
Okay.
I could
Sorry. Let me just
take
check.
15 minutes to get my second spell slot back.
And we could do more hit dice.
Let me describe the room to Tiberius.
Yes,
As
yes.
he sneaks
I'll
down
see
the
the room.
steps. This is the room that I accidentally described before. So judging from the stove along one wall, this was once the galley, but the area is now clustered with bones and debris. Tiny scorpion-like creatures crawl over everything. Everything's covered in these horrible, rigid type webs. They're almost like, you know, in the film Aliens, the stuff that they wrap people up in.
Yeah.
That they have to tear off. The webs are like that. There is, in the southwest corner of the room, there is a trapdoor, and there is a door in the north side of the room.
Very frosty.
I'm gonna.
The door, sorry, Dave, the door is held shut by rusty iron spikes.
I can't see the map.
Same. It's black.
There you go. Sorry, Tiberius. The rest of you won't be able to see till I put you in that room.
I'm going to take my med kits out and I'm going to do it on. Oh, minimize. I'm going to take my med kits out and I'm going to. Hecate, come here. Let me tend to your wounds.
I'm still in the sea on mine.
Yeah, you are. I'll move you into. I just had to move you out of that room because there's not enough room to put you all on the stairs. In the.
That's fine.
I'll put you in as soon as Tiberius decides what he's going to do. When you
so
go down to that room.
I'm going to listen.
3 and 10. Did that work for Hecate? Can Hecate?
It did, yes. Cat, you can use another hit dice if you want. Is anyone following Tiberius down?
No!
I'm going to do it.
Take a rest, weren't we?
Let me just do these first. I'm going to do another medicine check upon myself.
Okay.
If we're having a rest, there's no point using them, Dave.
We won't take a long.
You get hit dice back on a short rest.
They both work. That worked, sorry, Rodri.
That works as well. Inventory, take one on. Well, do you get hit dice back on a short
Short rest, yeah, you can use your hit dice on a short rest.
Shit.
I'll deal with you in a minute, Rich. So, are you taking a short rest, or...?
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
I have
yeah.
to deal with Rich first, because he's still pottering around.
Yeah.
Okay, Rich, you put your ear to the door. What did you roll?
I rolled twice. So I get
Sorry, I didn't realise, Mark.
You rolled twice, did you? You did.
Yeah, I get advantage. Yeah.
No, I just thought it'd say healers get sick.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've got a lot.
Yeah, we have.
above the
I
creaking
didn't
of
realise it was 10 to 1.
the wooden shell of the ship, you can hear very faint on the other side of the door.
I've got 39.
Sound like chanting. does
It does sound like chanting. Let me just check your languages. It's in a language I don't believe you can speak.
Oh, I don't know. I
Aquan.
think Rich might be able to.
Yeah,
You
you
did
don't
a
understand
bullshit.
the language.
Oh, I think I do.
Right.
Thank you.
I'll sneak back up the stairs, poke my head over the banister and go, I think we've got cultists chanting down here.
We'll come up here for 5 minutes, 15 minutes.
Oh, I'll have to recast all my stuff. You crack on and have your short rest. I don't need
That's
it.
tricky.
So,
With the-
you three
I'll
taking
only,
a short
I'll only
rest?
have to fucking cast my spell again and lose hit points again anyway, so and I might roll worse than what I got before. So.
Are the rest of you taking a short rest?
Yeah, may as well.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you can use your hit dice apart from Rich.
Yeah.
Good ones.
A false life. And Lord protect me.
Okay.
While they're having a short rest, I am going to sneak over to that trapdoor and very quietly slide it off the bar out and open it and have a look.
Okay.
Just gonna have a peek.
You remove the bar from the rusted brackets and lift it up and peek inside. You peer down into the cargo hold of the ship. From what you can tell, it runs the length of the ship. There's no bulkheads or walls in there, but dark, murky seawater fills it to a depth of around about 3 feet, sloshing against old, mouldering crates piled up against the ship's port hull.
Seymour's gonna
I
owe us.
wonder if
Fucking big
I
snow.
wonder if the cargo's in here. Well, while they're having a 15-minute rest, I'll have a little swim round in there. I will.
You're going down there, okay? Hold on, bear with me 1 second.
We can't help you. We're resting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
5 rounds on your own against 6 mobs.
Okay, you lower yourself down a ladder under the trapdoor into the water. It comes up to your chest. It's difficult terrain, so your movement is halved.
Why is there a crate with an M on it? Well, I'm going to stay on the shallow side of the ship, mate. I'm not going
The shallow side.
shallow side of the ship. I'm not going to go the deep bit.
Okay.
And I will move very quietly, so I'm going to stealth.
Isn't the shallow end of the pool like the deep end of the pool for you, though?
Can you make a hide check then, please?
Do you remember the paddling
Stealth.
pool in the at Riverside? There was 2 pools, wasn't there? And then there was the diving pool.
That's right.
Oh my word, that diving pool was just
Okay,
mental.
bear
Trying to hit the
with
bottom
me.
of that.
It was good fun, man.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Based on that.
2 diving boards.
So, where are you heading?
I'm keeping my back to the wall. I'm
I
moving
watched the
along.
diving boards, lowering a really tall one.
Yeah, that top one was
Okay.
nasty.
Moving very.
Fun, it always scared me, but it was fun.
Yep.
I was never here now.
Okay. Take your word for it.
You ain't seen me, right?
There's the viewing gallery
I
with all
wanted
the
the
seats
crates,
at the side.
Examine the crates quietly, like I was never here.
Remember Adrian's
Okay.
now.
Let me just check what your passive perception is.
Adrian Southall's mum was a lifeguard and she had loads of pubes hanging out of her
No.
swimming costume.
Really?
Like spider legs.
Well, he had thick, curly black hair.
Okay.
He was not a well person.
Yeah, there's a wooden crate with an M roughly painted on top of it, sitting in the water.
Does that have any relevance? Is that like the hoard? The guy's hoard, or?
Mormac.
Huh?
He moved up north to some university to study zoology.
Yeah,
I'll
I
open
think
this crate.
Adrian's
Okay, guys,
dead.
can we concentrate on what Richie's doing?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'll examine the crate.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's a wooden crate. It's,
I'll flick it open with claws.
okay. You get your claws under the lid, throw the lid off. Inside is a strange cube about 2 feet across. It shimmers with a strange metal.
Whoa, it's like that throwing knife.
Oh, Matt, was that the guy that sent us?
Mormac.
That's metal.
Seymour.
So all these plans and everything are probably in this box.
Bullshit.
Maybe, yeah, it looks like celestial steel.
Well, let's get it back to him.
Right, I'll grab it, mate.
Was there
Okay.
anything else in there?
You lean over to grab the box. Hold on one
Oh, dear.
second.
Goodbye.
Oh, come on, can't a brother be sneaky?
Yeah, you can.
I'm small, no one's going to notice me.
What's your strength?
Shit.
My strength is 9, but I get advantage on strength checks.
Okay. It's incredibly heavy. You can lift it up, but it reduces your movement by 30 feet. And you're in difficult terrain.
I can only move 25 feet.
And
You can't move it. It's too heavy. And as your claws wrap around it, you hear... and something shuffles in the darkness of the hold. And we'll leave the session there for tonight.